The mighty Hebrew, universal thoughts in the building. Chief Qatar, DJ Luz, Lord Melchizedek, Jeremiah Judah, Queen Karima, Lion's Den. One life to live, never slip away. One life to live, never do a bit. One life to live, with the spraying. One life to live, in the grave laying. One life to live, never slip away. One life to live, never do a bid. One life to live, with bang the spraying. One life to live, in the grave laying. Kept the streets burned in flames. You died young with no name. Parents put away in cages, being watched by dogs and evil mites, holding gauges for children's wages. Trucks got the bread fried like raisins, leaving hoary hairs with the blame. Ashamed that the revolution was in vain. Integration is raised Cain. DHS take away our babies. Cops shoot Judah in the back, leaving blood stains. Deuteronomy 28. In the land that is strange, they took our turban ordinance rights away. And Canaan were kings off vagabonds to the bar for throwing lots at Yasha Allah. Now Palestine threw rocks at imposters that claim Abba Nawa as their father. Falsifying icons during the Renaissance while the 12 tribes got sold. Still in the blood of Da Vinci Code. Just as if the world's cold. Y'all only knows if I move the world like Curtis Blow. One life to live, in the grave laying. One life to live, never slip away. One life to live, never do a bid. One life to live, with banging spraying. One life to live, in the grave laying. Mortals of war, took souls of dark forces, leaving corpses. Black mob legends in the jungle. Run numbers to thumbs for numbness. Count ones to hundreds. Jolly creeks fell like trees in the 80s. Born and crack baby epidemics of the day. Streets old, get your slave on crates. Lost faith for the most high. Getting high off the old supply, that was fake. They used to be Goldie Superfly, now young bucks despise. Old owls is wise, shootouts in duct tape and Philly cold houses, knocking off stove tops. Bodies drop, mortals on stock like Pete Rock and start rotting. Jefferson like a rocket Tupac, didn't stop gunshots up and down my block, reminiscent. My mind wants to let go, listening to Fresco. Let's go, rest in peace, Rob, Chucky Ball, Sexo, Chicano Willie, and Little Sexo, and to my man Stu, who put the blaster tool to his two and banged out his noodles. The bullet exit we consume ghetto sins from the womb. Mobbing deep and murder music. Mortal sleep best cocoons and tunes with new souls of rules. Being slipped to Mickey from Vicky and your cooler. Legends get snorted. More Philly brave hearts is up in the water. Tasting flesh from the school kill. Bodies buried on the hill. Single minds pop sandy pills filling chills. Death of their baby fathers on the corner slipping doing the pussy getting killed. 15 dying is keeping it real. But for real Israel. Death knocks at the door, making mortals in war. One life to live, never slip away. One life to live, never do a bid. One life to live, with Becker spraying. One life to live, in the grave laying. One life to live, never slip away. One life to live, never do a bid. One life to live, with Becker spraying. One life to live, in the grave laying. War Cloud.
Yeah. War Cloud. Y'all see what I'm saying, man? My name is JJ7000, aka Mandika Molly. Special guest on DJ Genesis panel. I'm gonna go ahead and let her do her thing before I get to running my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But this is a very important topic. It's open for everybody to indulge and engage in, because this is what we need to be talking about. Go ahead, Queen.
Right. So there are a lot of children that get harvested for their organs as well as like adults. And this is a very serious topic because, we talk about so many different things in the community. We get into all these debates about religion and things like that. But what about these children that are coming up missing? The majority Black children, a lot of like Black men that come up missing, I heard even during like the Louisiana, like when they had Katrina, a lot of people came up missing. During the LA riot, people came up missing. These bodies never got found. So let's go. Like, let's look at a quick video before we get into it, so that we can kind of like get into some of the things that are going on with this situation.
And just one more thing, what you said about Katrina. The government would flood a lot of Black towns out just so they can put a river or dam there. You see what I'm saying? Flood them out, displace them. Once they're displaced, now, the kidnapping begin. Put them in slave camps or whatever they do, even free people. And it still exists to this day. They're still doing stuff like this to this day.
Yeah, and actually with the existing flood that's happening in Texas, you see a lot of like people just saying that this was all based in cloud seeding, and then they're actually that the dams are being broken and causing a lot of the flooding. A lot of the times when you get these flash floods, they're not that they might be contrived. That is it really rain, or are they releasing the dams when it's raining and then causing the flash flood? I mean, this might be conspiracy theory. I do have my little tinfoil hat on. I don't know. I doom scroll a lot, but this is a really important topic, and I really want to first of all say trigger warning.
Yeah, hold on. Let me tell you what it's called. It's called
triggering things. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's called development-induced displacement. It refers to the forced relocation of people due to development projects such as infrastructure construction, roads, urban development. This can have significant social, economic, and cultural impacts on affected communities. And then that's our communities, y'all. You see?
Okay.
So go ahead, DJ. Go ahead.
So without further ado, let me just go ahead and play this video so we can get an idea of what we're really going to be discussing here, because this is a very serious topic, and I hope that you guys are able to, kind of like grasp a lot of the things that are going on. And I'm not sure what to do about this, but it's a very important thing. The main thing is to create awareness so that when we're going out to Walmart and we're doing different things, that we're keeping eyes on our kids. You know what I'm saying? So let's go.
After a recent video I posted about people that went missing in Detroit hospitals, I was flooded with comments and stories from viewers with similar situations and stories. In the comments section, I was told about human body part rings that have been discovered over the years. Intrigued, I decided to slap on my tinfoil hat and dive into this rabbit hole. I immediately took that tinfoil hat off because I don't think I'm going crazy at all, because the truth is stranger than fiction. This is what I found. In the quiet suburbs of Chicago, federal agents raided two ordinary-looking businesses and uncovered the unthinkable. Thousands of human body parts were meticulously cataloged and priced for sale. Heads for $500, arms for $750, or whole bodies for $5,000. Behind this dark marketplace was the center of Illinois, a body broker operation allegedly deceiving donors who believed they were contributing to medical science and not having their remains sold for profit. This wasn't an isolated incident either. Similar operations have been exposed across America, from Arizona, where investigators discovered scenes reminiscent of Frankenstein with mismatched body parts sewn together, to Colorado, where a funeral home allegedly gave families concrete dust instead of ashes while selling their loved ones' bodies. These cases expose a troubling truth. While organ donation for transplants is strictly regulated, the trade in non-transplant body parts operates in a regulatory vacuum, allowing exploitation of donors' generosity and families' grief. But could these victims be more than just donors who donated their bodies to help others? Could a portion of these victims also be missing people from all around the U.S.?
Wow.
Let's get into it. I mean, that's. Hold up, Sister Karen, hold up. Yeah, Sister Karen, I was just letting you know, you can start streaming over there. We live right now. You can start streaming. All right, Queen. Peace.
All right, so let's discuss this. So people are saying that these are the missing people that these people's loved ones that are came up missing. Let's get into it.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, there's evidence of this going on. We had evidence of remember that Shanika Jenkins story? I don't know if you can pull that up. You remember that a couple of years ago when the young lady was at the party and the hotel. Next, they put her in the freezer. That was a big story. That was like really the introduction to us knowing what they were doing with this trafficking and stealing our organs. Anybody out there that got organ donor yes on your ID? My suggestion, I took it off. When I was younger and I first got my ID or driver license, yeah. But organs is very, body parts can garner a lot of money. And like I said, the story of Frankenstein and all these, I mean, that's nothing new. They've been doing this for a long time. So we here to kind of bring it to the light and talk about it more. It's just not in Chicago, it's in Detroit, California, New York. But if y'all can look on your timeline, y'all see all these kids coming up missing. Like just follow. If you just follow one of these missing Facebook pages, it's heartbreaking. Because every day is some kid, black kid coming up missing, Hispanic kid. I mean, I'm just coming up missing. But it's more of us. I'm in the fight for us, or I'm in the fight for just to bring exposure to the whole thing. This is universal and worldwide. You go over to Africa, it's really big over there. Organs have no color. Yeah, you remember that, Kanika Jenkins? Yeah. So maybe next part of this we can revisit that. To show how the play is. A lot of us, we go to these hotels and motels and fancy places, but some fancy places, it don't matter if it's fancy. There's some of this is set up. Underground tunnels, trafficking people. Next thing you wake up, you're in Sweden somewhere. Protect your children. Guard yourself as a woman when you're out there, even as a man. It ain't just about it's just these people are preying on people, and these are ones in high places. They got to organize. Lawyers, doctors. Come on, it ain't no different than any other organization.
Another situation is that even with the young man that was found, it was a long time ago. He was, hey, how's it going, Golden Child? What's up, Nick? Let me just say hello to everybody. There's also a situation where the young man that was found wrapped into like that. He was wrapped up in a mat at his school, and then they got him, and actually, like, he had his organs like replaced with tissue paper or with newspaper. Even with my own child's father, let me tell you this. When I was actually doing his, you have to care for the body. He always wore a turban. So, when I went to go and put his turban on his head, they had taken his brain out of his head. I mean, maybe that's what they always do. Maybe they did that, but they had taken his brain was missing, and they had put something inside there to replace his brain. They actually had cut a whole hole in the top of his head. And like you could see where they had did that, and then it was stuff stuffed into his and that was very horrifying, So yeah, I actually went through it literally, my own self, because what do they do with the brain? What do they do with it afterwards? You know what I'm saying? And this is a black man, did they and so yeah. Let's watch a little bit more of this video.
A truth more disturbing than any conspiracy theory. In the frigid January air of suburban Chicago, federal agents descended upon two seemingly ordinary businesses, a nondescript crematorium in Schiller Park and an office building in Rosemont, housing the Biological Resource Center of Illinois. What they discovered would pull back the curtain on a largely unregulated industry operating in the shadows of American healthcare. But could this raid also hold clues to another disturbing pattern across America, the issue of men and women going missing from hospitals? Let's take a look. When agents executed their carefully planned search warrants at the two facilities, they uncovered an inventory that read like the manifest of a medical school.
Coming up missing, y'all. Pay
Thousands of body
attention.
parts and tissue samples, meticulously cataloged, heads, hands, legs, and torsos were stored in containers. According to federal documents later unsealed, these weren't merely medical specimens awaiting educational use. They were allegedly inventory in what authorities described as a body broker ring that illegally traded in human remains. Now, this federal investigation hadn't actually begun in Illinois. It started when authorities discovered scores of human remains stored on ice, not properly embalmed as required for medical specimens, in warehouses in Detroit and Phoenix. And if you remember from my last story, we talked about hospitals in Detroit and people going missing. I'll leave a link to that in the description. These discoveries created a trail that eventually led investigators to the Chicago suburbs and the BRCIL, the Biological Resource Center of Illinois. Like similar operations across the country, operated within a particular business model. The company solicited body donations from individuals who wished to contribute to medical science after their death. Such donations are vital for medical research and training. Surgeons practice new techniques on cadavers, researchers test new medical devices, and students learn human anatomy through direct examination. And what makes these cases troubling, according to investigators, was the alleged deception involved. Federal agents claimed that the BRCIL had assured donors and families that remains would not be sold. However, financial records recovered during the January raids painted a different picture, one of commodification with specific price points. Whole corpses selling for $5,000 and up, arms for $750, and heads for $500. Even more disturbing were the allegations regarding the condition of some of the remains. According to the unsealed documents, some body parts were infected with HIV, hepatitis, and other diseases, conditions that should have disqualified them from sale and medical use.
Stop! You gotta stop, DJ. We gotta talk about that. Now, you see how dangerous this is? And you going underground trying to, I need a new this, a new liver, a new heart, and then the parts they selling you ain't FDA, FDC or the FDA regulated, and now you got you something you're getting affected. I mean, a lot of this is wicked.
And let me tell you something. If you're aware, America is the largest supplier of plasma to the world. Okay, so all these crackheads, I'm not saying crackhead, but a lot of people that go that's like homeless, when they broke, they go and get their plasma and giving their plasma. Well, they're selling this plasma for top dollar. So even when they're not harvesting our organs, they're harvesting our blood. They're sending this stuff. All this stuff is being sold for top dollar. And honey, I hate to go to the hospital just to get a blood draw and to get like a test, honey. They be about 4 or 5 vials.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
See, everybody who go get plasma is not homeless and broke. And then I'm just educating you on this part. They're gonna check your blood to make sure you're not infected. I've donated plasma before. First 8 times, look, this is a hustle. First 8 times you can make up to $700. You got to do it 2 times a week for 4 weeks. Ain't nothing wrong, but do it. And then, like I say, some of these people who really need it. I mean, then some people need it for extra. Some people want to do it to donate to help burn victims. Plasma is it has nutrients in it, amino acids, it has all that in there. So
but they're also sending it out to other countries and different things like that, and they're charging for it.
They're not. You're right. They're not paying the people what it's worth. And here's the idea: if you're going to be an organ donor, they should make a law where your family can. Hey, family, if you're going to help me when I'm gone, how about y'all can donate whatever I got to donate to help the family pay for my burial or whatever. Yeah, we'll do that. But for them to be doing it behind your back, lying to you, stealing our children off the streets, this is wickedness. Now, if y'all really want people to donate and do it, then you let the family decide. But don't just be stealing people and killing them just to get the organs. There's some kind of regulation, should be some kind of law. Okay, yeah. Like if this gonna help my family, yeah, I'm gonna put it in my will. Okay, but like, okay, how much is for my heart? How much for my? Well, the heart ain't gonna be pumping no more from there, right? Whatever price I need, you know what I'm saying? You know, something like that. That should be the family's decision. Now you got them vultures and leeches out here that taking advantage of people's dead carcasses. Let's keep going, Queen. Shout out to the Lions Den. We streaming the Lions Den.
On top of like the actual like aspect of organ harvesting where it's for medical use, for medical for people like using the cadavers or whatever, there's also another side of it that gets very nefarious. Let's get into it.
Let's go. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. DJ Genesis Lions Den and Lions Den. JJ7K TV.
Alexis was the only child for many years. She loved to be around other kids. She always would say she had this friend and that friend, like everybody was her friend.
Alexis was very smart. She loved coming to school. She loved doing art, science. She liked all that stuff.
She never, ever missed school.
How come we ain't talking about this?
I'm looking out the window because I normally see my baby walk. I watch my baby come home every day. So I ran across the street to the school. And when I went to the school and I asked Miss Rulin, where's Alexis? She turned around and she looked at me. I'll never forget her face. She said, Alexis didn't come to school today. I said, what? And she said, Alexis didn't come to school today. I don't know what was going through my head. I just wanted my baby.
Gone.
I started working at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel in May of 2002. My first day was a Monday, and Alexis Patterson had disappeared the previous Friday. So first week on the job, Alexis being missing was a huge story. Alexis's case is very unique in terms of missing children because nobody saw what happened. It's like she just vanished out of thin air.
There was a frenzy approach of there's someone missing in our community, a young one. We're going to put all the effort, the work, hold no stops. The department took it very seriously.
The officer came to my house and he took the police report. And then other officers came and detectives came. And then they said that she probably ran away. And I told the police my daughter didn't run away.
They thought maybe she ran away. The police, like she didn't run away. She wasn't that type of child that would run away.
I thought someone took my daughter. I know someone took my daughter.
Everything anecdotally that I have heard and everything that experts have told me has shown that missing Black children are more likely to be labeled runaways than missing white children.
Salt Lake City is consumed by the disappearance of a teenage girl.
A massive multi-state manhunt is underway.
Stop right there. That's a problem. They ain't missing and ran away. We'll deal with it later. Type of attitude toward our children coming up.
Therefore, they don't do they don't start looking for them and stuff like that because they feel that they must be runaway.
Let Marcy Gray Wilson come up missing, and the whole United States know. The Amber Alerts, you get it all over your phone and everything. And this is why we have been neglected when our kids come up missing, just because the studies say it. The studies prove it. So this is why they're coming up with the Afro Alert, ladies and gentlemen, for our people. You know, we've been being kidnapped. Kidnapping our people is nothing new. But now the organs just came into the play, so it's even worse. But this is not new. Y'all seen the movie 5 Years a Slave? They was been doing the kidnapping us, even after the freedom, even after the Emancipation Proclamation. You know what I'm talking about,
right?
You know. But yeah, so I'm gonna show y'all something about that. That's what how they been doing. They were stealing us and stuff and selling us back in slavery. So this is nothing new. And then just like DJ Genesis showed the other day, they still in Louisiana, Angola, they still got us in the picking cotton. Putting us in hold for goddamn, how long you say? 20 years. Come on now. We gotta wake up. Let's continue.
Mother wants answers after joggers found her son's body and his organs missing. Ryan Singleton disappeared after moving to California. Channel 2's
This is a
Ricky
model.
Flowers, live in Decatur, and Ricky, his mother, says she is having trouble getting answers.
Now look at that.
Iris Flowers showed me paperwork from San Bernardino, California law enforcement that explains the investigation is still open and therefore she cannot have access to autopsy results. Iris Flowers says everyone loved her.
Everybody know the game and what's going on with our
Singleton.
people.
Peaceful, kind, gentle.
The model and producer left his hometown of Atlanta for a short trip to LA in July of 2013. He was last seen at a gas station after his car broke down. His mother says joggers discovered Singleton's body 2.5 months later in the Death Valley with his eyes, heart, lung, liver, and kidneys all missing.
I don't know how long he was in the desert. I don't
Stop.
know. Animals did this to him.
Stop.
They
We
have
just can't blow by. We just can't blow by that. We just can't blow by that, DJ.
Paperwork that denies her
DJ,
access.
we can't. DJ. Eyes, heart, liver, lungs missing. So all these other ones, these little kids that you see on your Facebook page every day, what do you think happening to them? They just ain't got caught with it. So what do we do? How do we guard our children? There's a lot of things. Some of the hospitals is involved. Watch your kids at the hospital. Do not put yourself on no organ donor list. Everything missing. Wickedness. We don't want to talk about nothing that happened 2,000 years ago when we living in 2025, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do at the Lions Den Academy of Education and Information. We bring it out. Let's go, DJ Genesis. Let's keep it moving. Please and thank you. Shout out to the Lions Den. Hey, this is what we do. We've been doing
Because
this.
of an ongoing investigation. She says she still does not know how he died, so she can't get closure. Flowers also had ordered an autopsy locally, but could not make the full payment or get all the investigation documents needed to complete it.
I need financial help to help get the things done that I need to done to try to solve this case and bring some peace to it. I'm not getting younger. You know, this is stressful every day.
Recently, Flowers got the final remains of her son. She says she's praying for answers and for closure. Reporting live in DeKalb County, Ricky Klaus, Channel.
Wow.
I couldn't imagine.
I lived out there in LA for like 6-7 months. And you know, it's how you move out there. But you still can get caught because they're preying on us. But you gotta be aware of all your surroundings, everything, man. Anywhere you go. Don't let your woman walk out by herself. Some of you young fellas is dating these young women and they come visit you, walk them to the car at night. You know? Talk to them all the way till they get to their goddamn destination. You know?
Mm-hmm.
For real, this is what we coming to. So what we got here?
So let's go into the history. There's a deep, dark history that really goes into the Underground Railroad. Yeah. And so this is not something that has just started. This is something that has been going on for a very long time.
That's right. And is this a video I sent you, or just another one that you can add to it? Okay, yeah. So I can speak on it. And what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, and have y'all ever heard of the reverse Underground Railroad? And that's where y'all see that movie, that 5 Years a Slave, right? So, I mean, this is nothing new. They're still doing this to us. We just ain't got no underground railroads because they have evolved to doing different methods. And then we're the main target. Let's keep it going, Queen. Please and thank you.
The reverse Underground Railroad was the pre-American war practice of kidnapping in free states, not only fugitive slaves, but free blacks as well. The kidnapper would then sell them as slaves receiving rewards once they returned the so-called fugitive. The slave catcher created 3 methods with catching both the runaway and the free.
Pay attention.
Envisionment, or kidnapping by trickery of free blacks, and apprehension of fugitives.
Now
The
look at
system
that.
lasted for 85 years, from 1780 to 1865. It was referenced to the Underground Railroad, in which the network of abolitionists
The reverse.
who helped smuggle escaped slaves to freedom, mostly to Canada and Mexico, where slavery was abolished. Oftentimes, they would kidnap free African Americans from southern free states, along slave states such as Delaware, Maryland, Kentucky, and Missouri. But it certainly doesn't stop them from further northern states, such as New York, Pennsylvania, and Illinois. The reason why free blacks in New York City and Philadelphia were so vulnerable to kidnapping is because New York had gangs such as the Blackbirders. Blackbirding involves the coercion of people through deception and or kidnapping to work as unpaid or poorly paid laborers in countries distant from their native land.
Hey, stop right there real quick. Stop right there. Please, baby. Please stop. Please stop. Stop, please stop. You now see? So the reason why we're showing this is because because we have to see and know their methods. And while we think we free and amalgamated and integrated into the society, they still prey upon us, the black man, the black woman, and the child, the black child. You know, and we're not the only one they're preying on, but I'm focusing on us. So this ain't no racist rhetoric, and you know, we don't have slaves in the kingdom rhetoric. This is real life stuff that's going on. Not no stuff that we can just speculate. Oh, but yeah, the chariots is coming down. Hallelujah. You know, I'm gonna have 1,000 virgins praise Allah. You know, Ula Du Marie gonna give me this. Now this is something that we supposed to be handling ourselves here on that spiritual, but the terrain, where we at right now. You see, and it's like we're not even really paying attention to this. You know why? Because we're unconscious right now. We're numb to just real talk like this, and we're so rejuvenated by hearing somebody else tear another person down. And you know, I don't want to be doing PowerPoints and presentations to tear somebody else down. That ain't the point of me doing it. You know, agree to disagree, right? But don't go coming after people's families and, you know, stuff like that.
Let's get into it. There's 1.5 million men missing. And there's also women that are coming up missing in Washington, D.C. But in the meantime, let's get into this. Let's go.
Bring to you all. As always, here on the Fowler Show, we're here to inform you, empower you, and help you get your voice back. Tonight.
This same video?
Huh? Oh no, I'm getting into the missing black men.
No, you should go back to that other one. No, we got it. No, please. I mean, let's don't rush through this. We're gonna get there. Please go back to that because we have to talk about and show them the methods and how they So let's play a little bit more of that, and then you know, no, we don't want to speed through this at all. We can do 8-part, 20-part, 40-part series on this. But it needs to be, you know, just people who don't know, never heard of the reverse, you know, Underground Railroad. So this is very important to show you how it is still going on today. You don't think they still got a reverse Underground Railroad? They might be calling it something different, but it's still going on to this day. But every time I look on my timeline, babies is coming up missing every day. Every day. I'm just not starting to pay attention to it because I've been distracted. But the ones that's supposed to be doing it and bringing it out is distracted as well, or either part of the goddamn problem. It's one or the other.
Right. So let's play it. Here we go.
Yes. Please and thank you.
Philadelphia would run missing children notices, including one for a 14-year-old daughter of a newspaper editor. One particular person responsible for this egregious act was a white woman by the name of Martha Patty Cannon. From 1811 to 1829, this illegal slave trader was a leader of a gang that kidnapped slaves and
look at this wicked ass witch. Mark, hold up, stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. We didn't know her name. Well, put her name back up there. Where her and all her goddamn wicked descendants at? They still involved in big business and all that. She's goddamn witch name. Know her name, y'all.
Martha Patty Cannon.
We're gonna do a whole thing on her. I ain't never heard of her in my goddamn life. And this is why we doing this. Because all this psychological stuff that they did to us, you know, killing our babies in front of all the pregnant women lining up, then they got one where they either cut her stomach open or split it open with two horses going the other way, where you got your Levi jeans. Yeah, that's on there, your Timberland boots and the hangers and there. All you niggas love that shit. Don't even know the symbolism. So this Martha Patty Cannon got to be one of the wickedest ones of her own time. Let's see what she's doing. Go ahead, Queen, please, thank you. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. DJ Genesis, Lions Den, DJ7K TV.
From 1811 to 1829, this illegal slave trader was a leader of a gang that kidnapped slaves and freed blacks from the Delmarva Peninsula of Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and the Chesapeake Bay, and then transport them to be sold to plantation owners located further south. You have white men such as John Hart Crenshaw, who was a slave.
Look, John, look, freeze frame him. Freeze frame him.
Who was also an associate of a
Crenshaw.
outlaw.
John M. Crenshaw. Look at this guy. And they got a whole street named after him because that's where all the wickedness happened on Crenshaw. Goddamn right it's named after him. Look at him. Take a picture of him. You free, and they coming to kidnap you. They kidnap your own people and put them in somewhere. But they choose us. Preying on the look, they didn't have no plan for us anyway when they set us free. And y'all mad? Giving us dreams like in the north is gonna be even better, and it was even worse. Let's keep going. Please and thank you.
1950s, based in Illinois, who was also an associate of a Kentucky lawman and outlaw, James Ford. These two men were kidnapping free blacks in southeastern Illinois and sold them into the slave states of Kentucky. He also was known for breeding slaves and kidnapping free blacks, who was pressed into slavery.
Breeding us, slave breeding. Stop right there, please. Slave breeding. Look at that, y'all. Like we pit bulls and chihuahuas. What you guys say about that, DJ Genesis? What do you think about that?
Well, I think the ironic thing is that it started in Illinois and it's still going on in that same area.
Facts. Good point. Good point. Good point.
So
it was ingestion.
Is Illinois the mecca of this whole thing? Is this where it all started at? Listen, also, if anyone wants to come up and has any more information about this, please do. I'm about to post the link in the chat. If you have any more information that you want to share, please like and subscribe the video, because this might not get monetized, y'all. So, and also if you want to give some money because we're giving this information, it might get blocked because we're but I'm gonna just say that we need to like and share, subscribe, and please support the channel because we're bringing some information that is serious. So.
Yeah. Black sailors in southern states also faced threats of kidnapping. South Carolina passed the Negro Seaman Act in 1822, requiring that black sailors be incarcerated while their ships docked. This was due to the idea that black sailors would inspire slave revolts. While in jail, sailors were sold into slavery if their captains did not pay fees resulting from them being in jail, or if their freedom papers were lost.
You go there, you go and join the Navy.
Whoa. Now you go to jail if they steal your papers out your pocket. Trick you, thinking you're free. Well, where your papers, nigga? But you don't get that Earl on theirs. Oh, well, damn. Oh, shit. Oh, I don't. No. You get put back. Come on, man. This shit been going on for a long time.
Well, Well, that's crazy that these people join the Navy and then they think that they're like serving their country and they put them in jail.
Fight for this funky ass country.
That's crazy. That's crazy work right there, y'all.
Men such as John Merrill from 1820s to the 1830s would kidnap slaves from their plantations, promising them freedom, and instead sell them back to the other slave owners. He would also kill slaves who escaped and was later arrested for possessing stolen property.
Wow.
This was a major crime in southern United States. In 1834, he served 10 years in the Tennessee Penitentiary for selling slaves. To prevent these kidnappings, auxiliary organizations such as Abolition Society of Philadelphia was established in 1827 to prevent kidnapping and manstealing. In January 1837, the New York Vigilance Committee was established because any Black person was at risk for being kidnapped. This was reported to protect 335 persons from slavery. Men such as David A. Ruckles, a Black newspaper editor and treasurer of the organization, were writing his paper to convince 2 New York judges to prevent illegal kidnapping, and he was successful in rescuing a young girl named Charity Walker in New York from her captors. It was different preventing kidnapping long before the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850. Although the Pennsylvania Abolition Society compared records of apprehended Blacks to try and free those who were wrongfully detained, they did keep a list of missing persons who was potentially abductees and formed a committee on kidnapping. It didn't last long due to expenses. Other means of prevention were established. Free Black citizens kept proof of their freedom at all times and avoided strangers in certain areas. Vigilante groups were formed to attack kidnappers, including Black kidnappers. One specifically was the man by the name of Constable Samuel Parker Garrigous. He took several trips to southern states to rescue kidnapped children and adults, but he also arrested Captain John Smith, aka Thomas Collin, head of the Johnson Gang, and John Purcell, head of the Patty Cannon Gang, was also arrested. With this notable history, a book was written and published in 1853 by Solomon Northrop entitled 12 Years a Slave. A memoir.
12 years a slave. Stop. You gotta stop. See? So even whoever directed that movie or produced it or Hollywood try to bring it out. We as a community, we overlooked it. We didn't dive into the depths of the whole message that they were trying to convey in this movie as a Black man and woman. That was supposed to be telling us, hey, this really happened. This still happens to this day. Right? And now we're here today in 2025, July, what's today? July 11th, 2025. Now it's time to pay attention. You either pay attention to the man in the circle or you pay attention to what's real. Let's keep going, Queen. Please and thank you.
His book, upon release, would sell 30,000 copies. In 2013, a film was made about this event and would go on to win 3 Academy Awards. The Reverse Underground Railroad, another missing piece of American history.
A missing piece of our history, y'all. All right, there we go. We got the young warrior up here. Real quick, pause it real quick so I can introduce himself. We got Jesus.
Joining me now is an alternate juror who was in the Sean Diddy Combs trial. George is joining us right now.
We'll talk about Diddy right now. Diddy. Yeah, he's slipping through the cracks.
It went to the
Jesus moving behind it in the goddamn bill. This is a young warrior that the community has let him down. And me and Sister Genesis and Sister Karima and Neo Love, this is what we do at the Den and the DJ Genesis Detroit platform. You know what I'm saying? We want to uplift you young brothers, man. I'm getting too old to be trying to be in the forefront. Tell them about your army, you man. Go.
Already, man. Let's yo, Black Muhammad. Once again,
honey, we can't really hear you, honey. We gotta talk to into your mic. If you're talking, we can't hear you, honey. Are you talking?
Right, hold on one second.
Now I can hear you. Now we can hear you. Now you're loud and clear. There we go.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you, sister. Once again, this is Black Jesus Buddha Muhammad live on the set. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to the CEO, JJ, man, Deacon Malley, man. We here to bring y'all to a level of consciousness because we in a state of consciousness. It's time for you to get wired in, tuned in, and plugged in. Because if you don't know, now you know that this is a new generation of energy. We're coming to give y'all something that you ain't never seen, and that's the truth. And I hope that you got your water. With your coconut water, you got your water, whatever you got, whatever you're doing right now, you need to share this video, hit the like button. You need to get tuned in because it's really about to go down, man. We're trying to wake you up. We're trying to get you tuned into the time, the state of consciousness. And I'm just here to add on to the fire, man. Shout out to JJ 7000, right on. Let's get it.
Yeah, man.
Let's get it.
You know,
hit that button, man. Hit that like button. You know?
No administration lasts forever. Remember that, y'all.
You know?
Especially when you're
So
going against the grain.
what's your thoughts on the subject about this? I mean, do you have any expertise or knowledge about what's going on with this situation?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not going to say I'm a professional as such as you are so concerned about the subject, but I do have some history about, eugenics. And I do know that, once upon a time after the slaves were free, after the Civil War, the so-called white man, Charles Darwin and Frank Galton was all trying to philosophize a new way to demoralize us. And so eugenics was a program that was conceptualized to basically deem us as, laboratory rats, where they can use us, do what they want to do with us because we were considered to be feeble-minded. So I think this video is just tying into the history and the continuance of white supremacy. This is what their ancestors have been trying to tell us, and that is the state of consciousness, is that this type of behavior you see coming from the so-called people we're supposed to trust in the medical field are actually working with a secret agenda, and this is all tied into historical whip lashes, ladies and gentlemen. They've been whipping your ass since you've been free from slavery. They've been whipping your ass since you've been free from slavery. It's just that now the state of consciousness is kind of blind because they have moved so strategically, so deceptively. They're able to now disguise the image of Satan with a new look. And so all I see this video is a sister just continue to blow the bomb on truth and righteousness, because we have to know that this has always been going on. Eugenics is just a continuation of the genocide of Black people. And so this video is now going to clarify and show you one of the ways that they're continuing this genocide. So, sister, I'm very happy, JJ, man, Digger, for bringing this out. Y'all not gonna get this on no Sarnetta, because this is about the liberation of your mind, the state of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? He want to continue to befool you and make you feel goobity boogity in your soul on a Friday, or on a debate that ain't gonna be able to bring you to the state of consciousness that you're still in the war, you're still on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying?
So one thing I wanted to bring out is about the Chicago organ harvesting, because they did talk about the whole fact that this whole thing is happening in Chicago. And it's interesting. It started off in Chicago and it's still happening in Chicago. So let's get into it.
Chicago, before you start back up, hold on, stop real quick.
Y'all turn the volumes up. Turn the volumes up.
In 2014, the FBI raided the biological resource.
Hold up. Now, it's not officers. It's not just in Chicago. They got it in California. I just want them to be aware of this. It's not happening just in Chicago. It's in New York. It's happening in Cali, Detroit, all the big cities. And trust me, the smaller little hillbilly towns and shit that you may not think of, where you have hills have eyes, it's happening there too.
That's right.
So, no, we're not here to throw shots at no other platform. I just want to get a disclosure out to you, because we already did that earlier. They're irrelevant because they're not doing this. Let's keep going. Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this. The views discussed on this panel did not represent my views. I'm just here to bring the consciousness, the knowledge, and the information. I don't have any beef with anybody. I'm just here to bring the information. That's all I'm here for.
Well, then if you do that, then don't get mad if we go in, because those ain't your views. So now you keep which way you want it. All right, let's keep it going.
Hey. Listen, we're here to talk about organ harvesting and not nothing else.
Wait a minute. I found a loophole in your disclaimer. Well, go ahead. But that would be
Arizona,
good today.
owned by
Yeah.
Stephen Gore. What agents found there shocked even experienced investigators. A cooler filled with severed heads, a bucket of limbs, and according to court documents, a macabre scene reminiscent of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, torsos with heads of different people sewn together. Gore later pleaded guilty to illegal control of an enterprise and was sentenced to probation. He got sentenced to probation for basic.
Do you hear what they said? Is that he only got sentenced to probation for what they found.
No, what now? See,
let's go back because I think we got to listen to this.
Hold on. And sister, why are they sewing heads together on bodies, different bodies? What are they doing?
This I don't know if this is a crazy person or a doctor that's trying to do something. I don't know what he's doing. Like, what is going on here? Let's go.
Owned by Stephen Gore. What agents found there shocked even experienced investigators. A cooler filled with severed heads, a bucket of limbs, and according to court documents, a macabre scene reminiscent of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, torsos with heads of different people sewn together. Gore later pleaded guilty to illegal control of an enterprise and was sentenced to probation. He got sentenced to probation for basically performing experiments with people's bodies, people's dead bodies, sewing heads onto corpses. Like, what the hell? In 2018.
Look, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. When they show y'all stuff like that, this is what they really do.
No, facts. You're dealing with a heathen. That's a heathen. That's a monster. That's the it that your kids was watching them scary movies, them little monsters that they be putting on the movie. That's them in real life. And this sister is bringing out the information. This is what they do. They got limbs and body parts. They acting like Count Dracula. These niggas is heathens. You got to see what is in front of you, y'all. This is the state of consciousness. I mean, are you woke? Do you know who you're trusting? Do you know who you're sending your kids to go be educated by? The people who like to cut organs and put the heads together. This is some savage shit, JJ. This is incredible. I don't know how to trust a society that continues to smile in my face and give me advertisements about subscriptions, but we know deep down inside they have a deep lust for the organs and limbs and shit.
The biggest thing is that the actual system did not, or I mean, all the things, honey, you get pulled over with some weed, you're gonna do some time, something.
Big
But they gave him probation for finding stuff.
Talk about it. Probation.
Right.
Y'all not upset? We got to get upset about that. That's a moral issue.
We need to be outraged.
Outraged. Outraged.
Frankenstein Manor hung from the wall.
Uproar.
Hung from the wall. He get to do probation.
Insane.
And laugh about it with his buddies at drink night.
He probably had a website and everything, just showing himself, just doing this Frankenstein stuff. Let's go.
Sewn together. Gore later pleaded guilty to illegal control of an enterprise and was sentenced to probation. He got sentenced to probation for basically performing experiments with people's bodies, people's dead bodies, sewing heads onto corpses. Like, what the hell? In 2018, a Reuters investigation titled The Body Trade documented how the Detroit warehouse connected to the Illinois case was tied to businessman Arthur Rathburn. Rathburn was
what the hell?
eventually sentenced to 9 years in prison for fraud and shipping hazardous materials after he was found to have supplied body parts infected with HIV and hepatitis to medical researchers. In Colorado, similar allegations surfaced against Megan Hess and her mother, Shirley Koch, who operated Sunset Mesa Funeral Home. Prosecutors alleged they sold body parts from hundreds of corpses they were supposed to cremate, often without families' permission. In some cases, they allegedly provided families with concrete dust instead of ashes while selling the bodies. Both pleaded guilty to mail fraud and were sentenced to prison in 2023. But there's another disturbing pattern across America that few have connected to the body broker industry. People who disappeared without a trace from medical facilities.
This is terrible.
Nevaeh
This is
Rashard,
disheartening.
just 2 years old, went missing on November 13th of 2012 from a doctor's
that.
appointment in Cleveland, Ohio. Nevaeh has been diagnosed with Waardenburg syndrome, a genetic condition that causes congenital hearing loss and changes in pigmentation of the skin, hair, and eyes. Could she have been targeted for her genetic condition?
That's how she would
There's
look.
not a lot known about this case, but it's believed that the mother or a friend of the mother took the child to a doctor's appointment, but it's unclear how the two became
You see, she was
separated.
born. Oh, stop.
Carlton
This is very
Parnell
important.
was
Stop,
last
stop,
seen
stop.
on June
Stop.
18th, 2024.
Hey,
You
y'all.
gotta stop. Okay, now did y'all see the gray? She was already born with her wisdom. So whatever message that the creator sent her to do came here and it was gone. But so they did that picture with her. You seen the gray? So I'm saying, so it was like that's a sign. At least in my eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, this
that's
is a call for justice. I mean, you know, I saw the comment I just pulled up on the screen and I'm listening to this video. Y'all just gotta really see that there is no justice here, and we're gonna have to be the ones to do it because this is an outcry. So the man said the video said that he got probation. And the brother will get pulled over for some marijuana and have a whole entire his nuts will be cut off, damn near to the death sentence. But we don't even give a penalty for someone trying to take the organs of our babies, of our children, of our people. And you see what's going on, people. And you ain't got the fervor, you ain't got the lion in your soul to see that God is looking for the people of justice. We got to do something. We can't just keep allowing these type of things to happen to our people. Don't you have any guilt conscience in your Negro? Don't you see what's going on? This video is a wake-up call for your moral consciousness. I swear, every time I see something like this, it make me it make your manhood come out. And this is the type of stuff, and I'm gonna hold my tongue because the brother said this ain't the time for that. But I will say that you have to see this, and as a human being, see that there is something wrong with this picture here. And this has been going on since slavery. And now this is just a sophisticated way to say, nigga, you're still in bondage. How about that? What do you want to, hey, ask yourself this question. What does the white man think about you? This video says a lot. What does he think about you? And now you gotta love yourself.
So one of them, hey, 1,000 parts Black Jesus, Buddha Muhammad. I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
If I may.
Yeah.
And what you see is that, like when Mary Lou Retton come up missing, there's a whole goddamn national alert looking for the Mary Lou Retton. The Jonay Kate, but whatever the hell her name was, Jonay, whatever the hell. They had her all, y'all know the hell
Becky from up the street. We know.
Right.
You know, she gets the entire CNN to cry and throw roses on her. But the black people, what do we get? We get a 60 mission in Florida last week. Have you seen me on Facebook? This is the type of shit we get. We have to stand up and raise the standard, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing wrong with discriminating between good and evil. There's nothing wrong with discriminating between good and evil. It's time to pick a side. And this is the state of consciousness, because your moral consciousness has to be calling you right now. When you see a video like this, and look, this is the black woman bringing this to you. And I don't care how you see it, brothers and sisters in the audience, but you got to realize something. There's something called universal law and gender roles and male and female duties. And when you have a woman bringing something to males, okay, that's how I look at it. I'm a militant. I'm a soldier. When the woman comes to the man with a problem, then the man has to solve it because she's looking for help, right? Now we have to consider the Queen of Sheba, and I'm gonna let the video go back. Remember, the Queen of Sheba. The Queen of Sheba she had her own government. She had her own military. But let's not forget that she also sought counselship for men because her soldiers were men. So even if a woman had her own government and she was the queen of her own government, still the duty of a man is to protect the house. And look at our house, ladies and gentlemen. Look at our community. Look at how the enemy can do this to your people. And what are you men doing about it? We got to do something, man. We got to stand up. We got to feel the fervor and the pain of these beautiful black people who are continuously being limbed by cut like butcher knives, and these niggas are getting probation. It's time for you to have some type of moral conscious conviction. And this is the state of conscience. I'm trying to keep myself together. I'm not gonna be emotional. I'm gonna be strong though. I'm gonna be strong. Go ahead, sister. Go ahead, brother.
Hey,
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, man. I'm sorry, man.
No. I want that. So no, you good. Now look what Goldland Gun said. Go ahead and read that, Queen. Look what he said.
60 missing kids found in Florida 2 weeks ago.
God.
Pulled up that operation. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up but then we're gonna go back to the other video because it's really showing like where a lot of this stuff is happening. This is in Florida, y'all. Let's
This is crazy.
Yeah. I look forward while we're talking and send it to you. I ain't working.
Of the largest child rescue operation, not just in Florida's history, but in the United States history. In a 2-week period, this team, a collective work of many agencies and law enforcement personnel, rescued 60 kids, kids that were in critical danger, many the victims of trafficking, many missing kids. We got a lot of people up here, and that's because it took a lot of people to get this done. What makes Florida the rule of law state is we're great at working together in collaboration across agency lines. So I'm excited to have here with me today William Berger, the U.S. Marshal for the Central District of Florida, Taylor Hatch, Secretary of Florida Department of Children and Families, Rita Peters, Special Counsel to the Florida AG's office. So thank you. I'll turn it over to the Marshal.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's my
Bill Berger, B-E-R-G-E-R, United States Marshal, Middle District of Florida, and I am overwhelmed by the results of this operation. Operation Dragonfly, the largest in the history of the United States Marshal Service, if not the history of the United States. As the AG mentioned, 60 juveniles recovered in 2 weeks, ranging from age 9 to 17 years of age. Several years ago, Atlanta had a similar operation, which resulted in the recovery of 30 children over 6 weeks. This effort was a collaboration of, as the AG mentioned, 20 agencies with over 100 people involved. I want to thank the AG.
You to the U.S. Marshal Services and for Florida Department of Law Enforcement for organizing today's event alongside the Attorney General. It is an opportunity not only to reflect on the success of Operation Dragon Eye, but to reaffirm our unified and shared commitment.
Honor of being special counsel to Attorney General James.
Right. So this is a bunch of people like talking about their part in the whole situation.
Exactly. We got to rush them. Don't rush. Look, we can build off this. Now, the key word was Amber. So that let you know that it's not really too much of us involved in this, our people. Because now they got look how the officers standing there. You know, when Shakita and them come up missing, all we get is a face, like she said, a Facebook notification. Whoever one of y'all said that.
Yeah.
So we didn't come up with the Afro alert. Now,
so that's the next thing. Let's go into it. So now they have. So we talked about the actual Dragon Eye, but then what is an ebony alert? Let's go into it.
Right.
You never know how it feels until it happens to your family.
Oh, very unreal.
How does a 2-year-old girl in San Francisco vanish and police not issue an Amber Alert?
Where is Ariana?
It's been 7 years since Ariana Fitz was last seen.
There's something wrong with the system.
It's why this senator got the new Ebony Alert passed in California just for Black people.
We just want something to be done.
When the Shade Room told you about it last week, you lit it up in the comments.
Yeah,
Many wondering
pretty
why missing
resourceful.
Black children will now have a different system than those traditional Amber Alerts. Senator Stephen Bradford stepping into the Shade Room. Why he says we've got a bigger problem when it comes to Black people going missing. I'm Justin Carter, TSR News starts right now.
Oh, TSR News, okay.
TSR News, let's go. What is an ebony alert? Let's go into it.
Let's go. That's a
The
good
new
plug.
Ebony Alert system has got a lot of us talking. It
And we need to get like one in every city, in every all throughout. This is only going on there, but we need to get one all over. So let's go.
law enforcement to alert the public when Black children and young adults go missing, similar to how Amber Alerts work. And we saw what you wrote in the comments. One roommate wrote, quote, that this only makes it easier for them not to find us. Go back to the drawing board. Another roommate wrote, quote, a way for authorities to decide how fast they want to respond. And another, I don't agree with the Ebony Alert. We only need one alert for children because race shouldn't matter.
Wow.
No, it shouldn't matter. But the bigger question is
that's
it
crazy.
mattering when police, they start investigating these cases? The last time Tess Fitz heard from her sister, 32-year-old
Yeah,
Nicole
that was a
Fitz,
cool
was
statement.
Easter 2016.
I get this message asking if Nikki's missing. And I'm like, no, I just talked to her a couple days ago.
She called her phone, no answer. She began to panic when she realized her 2-year-old niece, Ariana, was also nowhere to be found.
When we did the missing persons report, they told us that they don't suspect foul play because they're together. If one of them had been missing without the other, then that would have prompted, foul play.
3 days went by. Tess got the worst news from a detective on the case.
And that's when he tells us that Nikki had been found. That she'd been found dead.
Violently beaten, murdered, and left under a wooden plank at San Francisco's McLaren Park.
It just probably didn't make sense. Like, she was just here.
Nothing makes sense. Like the whole 3 days didn't make sense to me.
Injustice! Injustice! I swear to God.
Not to issue an
This
Amber
is
Alert
crazy,
for
y'all.
Ariana, who was still missing.
Lord have
Why
mercy.
wasn't an Amber Alert
Y'all
issued
got
for
the
Ariana?
I don't know.
This is intense,
Tuesday,
man.
that has
This is
never been made
intense.
clear by police.
Y'all got to
The
just,
FBI
just
recently admitted that
reflect on that
So
one.
you don't get
That's
flagged.
a,
We gotta talk in between some of these things, right?
yeah, this is heavy,
Some of them
y'all.
got millions of
Because
views,
yeah,
please. I don't want
we got to deal. Oh my God, my soul. Look,
Go ahead,
can
deal
I-
with it, family.
please,
Deal
brother.
with it.
Yeah, look, ladies. The lady said it shouldn't matter what race. But first of all, you can't expect someone to love you the way you want to be loved. You have to love that. The way you want to be loved has to first show in yourself and your family. And then it emanates outwardly. You can't make a statement like that. You have to care about your people first, because the whole world don't love you, nigga. The black people are not loved by everybody. So you can't make statements like that. That's called wishful thinking. You can't think like the white man got your mind anytime you think that you want everybody to see everybody as the same. No, they had a whole program called eugenics. They were systematically trying to say you're not deserving of my love. So you can't expect no one to love you the way you want to be loved. We, the black people, have to have enough love for ourselves so that we can have a goddamn care every time you see a little kid about to die.
Right.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
And I'm gonna say this,
You know,
Gold Land Gun says
Ah,
they had black
golly.
people that was arrested
Gotta
for
control
that
anger.
operation, so it's
Ah,
more than just white. So the people
Hold
that
on,
are doing it,
hey,
I'm
Jesus
sure
Buddha,
you
let
have
her read it.
Yeah.
Let her read it. It wasn't clear. Go ahead, Queen.
Yeah, yeah.
So okay, they had black people that was arrested for that Operation Dragon Eye, that was a part of like the whole situation. So it's more than just whites. I get that just you have black people like doing this to people, like grabbing them up and for money. The issue is that when
And
it
that is
comes
a good
to
point too. That's a good point that
reporting,
he brought up.
that's a good
Not
point.
really.
But when it comes to actually the reporting system of the Amber Alerts, you see less law enforcement getting involved, and that's why they had to come up with a Ebony Alert, which is what you see right here.
And that's an
So
even
this
better
is just-
point. Okay, so both of y'all got good points, and we can build off both of those points. Even some of our own people are involved in this, right? They
Yeah.
always had the Uncle Toms and the House Negroes that's against the
Exactly.
woman. That's why we gotta recognize who's real, who's part. Every
Who's for the
organization
cause, man? Who's for
has
the
an
cause?
infiltrator. Yeah. Every organization that's trying to uplift us is gonna have somebody in there to try to cause confusion.
Right, hinder.
Yeah, so we know this, but the best thing to do to be aware is to be alive. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Remember that.
Wow, say that one again, brother.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Those
Damn,
who know,
that's a
know
whole
what I'm talking
meme right
about.
there.
7
That's a
folks.
whole meme right there. That's a meme right there. Y'all better hear that one. Proper performance. Man, you got to say that again.
Proper
I lost it.
preparation prevents poor performance.
Wow, proper preparation prevents poor performance.
There you
Period.
go.
That's
So-
period.
So yeah,
Mm.
so if we can prepare for the enemy, then we
Damn.
know what we facing.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Let's keep
Yeah.
it moving.
Wow. That was powerful.
Black Amber Alert.
They were wrong about Ariana and Nicole being together at the time of their disappearance.
We do not believe that Ariana was with Nicole at the time of her death, but we do believe that Ariana's disappearance is related to Nicole's murder.
According to the Highway Patrol, in order for an Amber Alert plan to be activated in California, it, quote, has been confirmed that an abduction has occurred or the child has been taken, the victim is 17 years of age or younger or of proven mental or physical disability, and there is reason to believe that the victim is in imminent danger of serious bodily injury or death, end quote. The Shade Room spoke to Natalie Wilson, co-founder of the Black and Missing Foundation.
Ariana disappeared from San Francisco, but she could be anywhere.
Black
at
and
this
Missing
point.
Foundation.
And
Why
we
are we
believe
talking
that
about that?
with the Ebony Alert being issued at that time,
Man.
it could have led to her recovery.
They track the numbers yearly, and data shows that Black youth 18 years and under make up 38% of missing persons cases, and Black children
38%.
make up 33%
That's
of
crazy.
And we
all
only make
missing
up
child cases.
13% of the population.
legislation was created
13% of the
because
population.
There is a
38%.
disparity in getting media coverage, law enforcement resources, and even community engagement when someone is missing.
She says the Urban League recently conducted a study and interviewed pimps and pedophiles about
Niggas
this.
mustard
They
around, you
were
better
asked,
catch
why
up.
do you traffic Black women and girls? And their answers were, one, they know that no one would look for them if they went
This is
missing.
serious.
And two, the penalty will not be as harsh for sex trafficking a young Black girl or woman.
Senator
So
Stephen
stop right
Bradford
there,
authored this
DJ
legislation and
real
says
quick.
it
Stop
starts at
right
the
there,
top with
please.
law enforcement
Please.
agencies, sometimes disproportionately
So-
label young missing.
So when they get tired of them, you know, some of them, y'all seen the movies, and they want to keep them younger. So when they get tired of them, what do you think happened? They off them or whatever, and then what you think they can make money with their organs? It's a system.
Yeah.
It all
Yeah.
ties in together. They don't want us. They don't want us to talk about this. They want us to talk about we attacking each other, and this is what I'm trying to. This is why I'm so adamant about this new direction. You know, I was part of the debate scene, but I'm thinking I'm teaching during the debates. I don't want to cause no enemies with us, and we fighting together to mortal death.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
And then
it's like, and this is so serious, like, because we've been desensitized as a young generation with these killing movies. Like, let me tell you, when I was young, the scariest shit to me was Chucky, and that was very, very PG-13 in terms of the murder scenes. But today, you watch some shit like the Django, and they just showing the blood, gushing out everything, and this is like when you watching this stuff and you don't are affected, you're not affected with it, you come desensitized. So then when you hear something real, like here's some real news, 60 people missing, body parts, little children, your people are looking like the very people in the movies, and this is like, yeah, you know, we demand. And you know, this is crazy. JJ said 13% of the population, but 38% of our people are gone missing. This is an outcry for fathers, because now I understand the cry when they say Black lives don't matter, because when I hear young people saying Black lives don't matter, essentially that's like saying, Daddy, where have you been? Where are you? Where is my protector? So that now you can see why the need for men. This is such a essential demark for manhood at this particular point in history, because when you see information like this, 38% of your people are gone missing, you're wondering where the protectors, where's the force. So this is why being a man today is so great, and you're a Black man trying to redeem yourself, because these are what we call oppression cries. When the sisters bringing information like this to a platform like JJ 7000, this is not just for you to watch too, bro, brothers in the audience. This is also a call.
Hey, brother, listen, actually, it's in reverse. JJ 7000 is bringing it to DJ Genesis platform in the world.
Oh, okay. I apologize. So in that correct order. So we want to give praises to Allah for the fact that this information is being presented by a man, because we don't have a lot of men who are advocating for the lives of our people, because that's a serious role. That's some Masonic shit. And anybody who wants to take the role of a protector for the community is going to have to be ready for the consequences. So I support anybody who does that. And all you brothers out there who are listening to this video, you got to understand this is a moral cry for manhood, because essentially you see the white man ain't going to, he ain't going to do nothing. He ain't going to do nothing.
You kept getting on my case.
You know?
You stayed in my inbox like, man, what you doing, JJ?
Man, look,
and
you got that fire,
you're
bro.
35 years old, bro. My daughter just turned years old 2 days ago.
Wow. Praise the Lord. Yeah, man.
So
All of
as
a
you can
sudden,
see, based on this website, listen,
Yes.
563,389 people
That's
reported missing in
insane.
2023.
2023. Wow. Get the fuck out of here. It's almost like it's like, have you been sleeping?
57%
We've been
white,
sleeping.
white including Hispanic, 57%, 40% minority, 3% went unknown.
You know, goddamn well,
40%
ain't no black man just jumping up missing nowhere. If they move to other some part of the country, they call their family. Hey man, I like it here. Hey family, y'all should come here. Something.
Exactly.
So we
Exactly.
know there's something behind this.
No, there was a case. There was a case of that young brother. I don't know if maybe you guys know the young basketball player, black dude with the locks, wrapped up in a damn and he was wrapped up in some type of wrestling mat. Y'all heard about that one?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Man,
what,
this
like,
shit is
4 or
crazy.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
And his
Wrapped up
organs
in the,
come up missing, and we just overlooked that, y'all.
we overlooked that.
It just blew
You
it
can't
off.
do that.
We felt like he said numb and just desensitized
Desensitized.
from pain.
Yeah. We got
And
to
here's
change.
the thing, I was on a panel and I got told off because they were talking about Final Destination, the movie, and I said I don't like to watch stuff like that. I said spiritual. Why would you want to watch a movie about people in getting hurt, dying in some weird Final Destination movie? You know,
Right. It's like
that is
the glory of death, right? Yeah, like
that's
that's like that movie Saw and shit. That shit is psychotic. But they make shit like that, you know. But you know, I actually feel like we're living somewhat of a simulated version of the Saw, because you see, the movie Saw was about everybody watching someone die, but it was like the death wouldn't occur unless the views went up, right? The views go up, and then this is like the more the views went up, the more this little murder was happening. It's like the message is people like ratchetness and death and darkness, and it's like being duplicated in real life. People love watching black people fight on War Star. Like the views go up. But this type of real shit right here, a moral issue in the community, a real issue going on right now. Babies dying, organs missing, and niggas don't want to be paying attention to this. You don't want to be looking at this like the War Star fights. There's something going on. That's feminine. That's a gender reverse role. This is the state of consciousness, is that we are trying to give the people a conscious awakening of your moral duty into manhood, brother. We have to speak up like we're doing now. You have to be a person who can participate and testify to the lack of manhood. And we're just saying RGY on in collaboration with JJ 7000 at the Here at the Lions Den, is that the young people are saying, hey, we realize that the elders are lacking their moral responsibilities of being elders, protectors, and guiders in our community. So we're saying to the elders, take a step down, and we're gonna now make the decisions for our community, because y'all ain't doing nothing. So we're saying, if you're in your 30s, 20s, and 30s, and you hearing this, you need to think about your moral duty right now as a man, because technically you're a man. Even though you're young, you didn't have no guidance. You can't use that excuse anymore. I didn't have my dad, and you're 20 and you're 20 and 30s. No more using that excuse that you didn't have your father. It's time for you to stand up and listen to this video right here, because you got to answer this one right here, young blood. You got to answer this one.
So the question is, why is there a disparity in media
Hold on, before you go to the question, please. See, DJ, this is what I'm talking about. This young brother right here. We put the resources behind him to get his message out. All that other shit is uncivilized.
Praise the Lord, man.
Okay?
Inshallah.
This is what we do
Inshallah.
right here. Because he gonna reach the youth. There's nobody, he's 35 years old. And he ain't no spring chicken, but compared to me, I'm gonna be 54, creator willing, August 29th.
Inshallah.
That's a whole 20 piece. That's two decades of John Travolta and E.T. and goddamn the 49 chicken ass, all that to the Jordan rules.
Man, talk about it, man.
That he didn't even get to be a part of. And he kept reaching out to me. I swear on everything that I love and my family. And he's like, man, what are you doing, JJ? You letting us down. What are you doing? I'm like, well, you know, I'm just kind of like, doing the 7,000, man. I wasn't telling me. Try to get the crew trying to get the crew line up so they can get out and get their message. It ain't about this JJ. I ain't never been just about me. But yeah, see, now he really got my attention. And this is it right here. A new Kakarot in his message. That is it right here and right now is what is
All
needed.
praises due to Allah. Alhamdulillah,
Yep.
man.
So
We got to keep,
yeah,
man. Alhamdulillah, man. Let's get it, man. It's time, man. It's a moral consciousness. It's the state of consciousness. The brother has brought out at least 5. This is the part 5. Y'all need to check out part 1, 2, 3, just so you can catch up to this intensity. You know, we've collabed on 3 of them already. Now we got the sister bringing out information. Oh, the brother bringing out information on the sister channel about the organ harvesting. This shit is insane. Look, we could talk about the judicial system. We could talk about many different subjects of white supremacy affecting us, and it is important that you youth 20 and 30-year-olds, it's important that you see your moral duty to answer the call, because look, daddy ain't coming. He ain't coming. So you're gonna have to man up now. And it's time for you to get some knowledge and understanding and wisdom. And we're gonna give it to you here at the RGY and the JJ 7000 channel. We're gonna give it to you. You just have to now know that you are being called to a responsibility that will give you integrity, honor. Think about what you can get out of this. You're gonna get fame. You're gonna get respect. You're gonna get maybe God will give you a wife and some kids, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have like JJ was saying. We have to change the way we do everything. You know, he said, walk her to the car. You know what I'm saying? Talk to her all the way to the store, whatever. You know, we gotta change. We gotta be that now, and you have to see yourself in this call. And you just can't be a internet reading books. You can't do that no more, man. If you were a freshman, meaning you're just getting into it, okay, take your time and catch up, because you got to catch up. But if you are already seasoned, man, and you know what time it is, then now it's time for you to organize yourself with those who are not playing. And here, right here, the Lions Den RGYC collaboration with Black Jesus Buddha Muhammad. We're saying it is time, man. So we gotta answer this call.
Hey, listen, welcome to the panel, Sakina Ra. I think that your YouTube was like echoing, that's why I muted you. But I want to hear from you, because we want to hear from some women on the platform about this situation. The biggest thing is that there's a huge disparity in media coverage when it comes to this, when it comes at least to Black kids and stuff like that. You know, Mandinka, you know, really wanted to focus on the organ harvesting stuff. And then I kind of brought up like the kidnapping stuff too, is like the whole kidnapping aspect, because kidnapping is even happening with the immigrants. They're like kidnapping them with these ICE agents, and then they're dumping them off into the ocean. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, that they're doing that. So, I mean, I know that's not our fight, but I'm just saying, I mean, hell.
Yeah, I mentioned, listen, I mentioned, hold on, real quick. Yeah, but real quick, justice for anybody who's getting tortured like this. But right now, our focus is on our own community, just like the Latinos, they have their focus, and the Italianos, and the, you know,
everybody
the
got their fight.
Palestinians and the Israelis. So we are
But hold
people
on.
loving, caring
Can I say
people.
something?
Yeah, when I
If,
say this
if
group,
ICE
I
can pick up
understand.
anybody, ICE can pick up anybody, because when they get done with them, they're focused on Haitians. You can't tell the difference between a Haitian, African, and a whatever. They just rounding people up.
But just a second episode, we not making it about their fight today. They got warriors out there fighting for them, Queen. All I'm saying, I don't know if you got. Look, we're not racist over here, and we have empathy and compassion for any other persons that's going through what we went through for 400 years or whatever. We're still going through systematic racism, eugenics. You know, they're doing injecting us with goddamn gonorrhea and shit, and doing the Tuskegee. We feel empathy for anybody else who went through that, but right now, I'm telling you, we're focused on us.
That's right.
For us, buy us, FUBU. You should have never sold it to the goddamn Chinese.
That's right.
But that's okay. Because over here, it's for us, by us right now, Queen. I'm not being rude. Yeah, we'll do a show on them. We'll let Jose Vega and them come over there and talk about it. That's what we'll do.
Traditionally, that was the way it was. Traditionally, that's the way it was.
Don't do that. I don't know if your sponsor's telling you to do it, but listen, we're not racist. I will put the disclaimer out. But goddammit, when we don't want to talk about us, Now we got to include everybody else. Stop with the Jesse Jackson and get back to Malcolm.
Your
get back
phone
to
is
Malcolm.
we can't hear you.
Yeah. I just want to add on to that. He's right, because traditionally, look, we're the young. We're saying that we want to revive. We see there's three phases to this thing, right? It's reform, revive, and revolutionize. The only way you can get to the revolutionary state is after you have revived the traditions of your ancestors. So you have to have love for yourself. You can't expect anyone to love you the way you want to be loved. You have to first love the way you want to be loved to yourself, and then that will reflect in your family, your wife, and your children, and then that will emanate through your community. Now, the Mexicans and the Haitians, they're going to now see how we move, and then their chiefs are going to come see our chiefs, and then we can have solidarity. That's called confederacy. See, there's levels to this revolution. So you just don't start joining hands with other people when you can't even join hands with your own. So we trying to emphasize the love for self first. We're not saying that we're not saying we don't accept anybody else. We're saying we need solidarity with our people. Then we'll have solidarity with others. Right on.
All right. So I'm gonna make a really quick statement, and then I'm gonna bring it to Sakina Rock, because she's been very patiently waiting, and then we're gonna go to Baba Yashabaya. Listen, I'm not saying that we need to make their thing our plight, because that's what Dr. Claude Anderson says. They will come here and try to make slavery their plight. I'm saying is that the way that this government is moving with this ICE situation, where you just have like regular I guess bounty hunters that they're like hiring to go out and grab people. Okay, they're not trained. How do they know a Haitian from a regular black person? There's no way that they know that. There's no way they could tell a Haitian from an African person. They're just able to round people up and then put them into a camp and then sort it out later. That's the thing I'm saying. And we need to pay our attention to that. And I've been saying that, and people get so caught up in the fact that this is the Mexicans going through this, and they think it's only the Mexicans. But you see that you had a bunch of people like out there in Brooklyn or whatever, like, or wherever they were. You don't know how many of those were like regular African Americans that were like walking with them or whatever, or who lives in that area. And when you can go to a club and they decide to you go to a Caribbean club hanging out, they decide to round you up too. Then how are they going to sort? You got to wait. And who knows?
And that's why,
and you got to wait it out, and then finally gets to see the judge. I just want to make that plain. So I don't want people to think I'm over here just campaigning for the Mexican. I'm talking about when they start to when the Mexicans are done with them, then they get to start talking about the black people. How they're going to sort that out? Okay, before we go, I want to get Shakina Rod to say her.
Right on.
Okay, thank you. Peace to the panel. Peace to you, Queen Genesis. This was a really good presentation. I just got here. What I do want to say is that the point that to this family and the Confederate part, that has it's a good point. I do want to say that.
Thank you, man.
However, that's a Confederate part as a whole, but you have 13 colonies.
I put the wrong damn name.
And you can't join colonies when you have Confederacy going on, and that was part of the war.
Yeah, I want to apologize. Let me just say this, because I was using what I should have said was I want to use a synonym, which is called solidarity. I was saying that we need to first learn how to love ourselves the way we want to be loved, so that we can become a confederacy. Confederacy, according to definition, means to be in the Quran is a chapter called the Confederates, right? It's when Muhammad started to join with other tribes to bang on other tribes that were trying to bang on him. So it's like gangs. It's like gangs coming together to form an alliance or a confederacy. So it had nothing to do with the white man. But I apologize, because I do know this is the state of consciousness, and I got to be more careful with the way I talk. So I meant solidarity. That's all I meant, solidarity.
And I understand that, because again, when in America, let's say this, in America, well, freedom was the last thing we got, right? Because in order to be free, we had to have liberty. You see what I'm saying? So we had to get liberty and then get freedom.
That's right.
And still you wonder about that. You see what I'm saying? Because we had to be civil first, coming from being an animal to be civil, and then be from civil to be to get the liberty of everybody else, and then get some kind of righteousness, and then be free. You see, so these steps
Amen.
that
Right
the
on.
ancestors had to take, you right, to even to have some kind of be an honorable citizen. You
Big
see,
facts. Big facts.
so now we gonna get into all of this other stuff. So even if you got the point what you're trying to get from a family, they don't have anything to do with the public, right? So all these missing children and all this abduction of the kids, some of these states, they still have women and children abduction, and the rate of these people are the
Oh,
highest.
your phone's going out, Sakina Ra.
Oh, I'm sorry. That might be. Let me turn, because I had a speaker on.
No, I can hear you now. It just kind of went out for a second. So whatever you said after abduction of children, we
Yeah,
didn't hear.
it's the women and children. It's the highest abduction since slavery. With women and children for the longest, but the organ rate is even higher because remember we were putting our organs on the driver's license and what have you, and then we stopped doing it. Why? Because we were coming up in accidents.
Wow.
And even though we wasn't getting it out the insurance clause because it was in the insurance clause. Right.
We need to find a way to, like, even with that, it's like, okay, you get the organs, so how do we, and that's what good point that Mandika said, if you get our organs, they need to have someone needs to lobby in Congress, so if you get the organs, you have to pay the family. There's no way that you just get these organs and then the family is not compensated for that loss of that loved one, and that the fact that you're making money off their organs. Baba Yashaba, did you want to talk about that?
Okay, let me close with this.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let me close with this because this, like I said, it's a great conversation. And I'm sorry I disrespected the elder because I did want to say Shem Hotep to the elder as well. Also, and then when we talk about these stem cell researches, right? That's a big plug in babies as well.
Right, abortions, right? When they were pushing those abortions, yeah.
So when we talk about all of these abductions and this whole topic again, we were talking about the abortion of babies. We talking about stem cell research and all of this kind of stuff. It ain't what we saying, it's not what we not saying. So again, that's that overplay for the underlay. So congrats for this conversation. And I'm gonna pass on and yield to the elder. Thank you.
Right on.
Go ahead, Baba. Did you want to say something?
I just want to say a lobby to the panel and to my good friend Mandiko. Yeah, at Warrior and the rest of y'all. And I got in late to catch the conversation, and like we had a myriad of things going on. And I all time say I've been around. I've seen a lot of things. When I say a lot of things, now I'm trying to figure out. Are we talking about organ harvesting of organs and etc.? Give me that because
we're talking about a combination of kidnapping, how they're kidnapping people, taking their organs, all that. This is everything. So they got to kidnap you first to take your organs, right?
Yeah,
So,
well, I got news for you. It ain't just been around. Back in the day, we had a lot of funeral homes was a part of that. A lot of folks would wind up. And I'm going to say something. Anybody ever lived in Dallas, Texas, know there was a funeral home called Black and Clark. If you broke your finger, chances are you didn't make it to Parkland. You ride DOA. You know. And it was sad because organ harvesting and selling has been around a long time. And how they try to hide it. And then a lot of hospitals would take a lot of the female placentas and they would harvest things from that. So we have to find a way to put, that's why they began to make midwives illegal, because if a child was born at home, then what did they do with the placenta? You know, so they find ways to get the placenta and now it's almost, and people never asked for it. But back in the day, my mother was a midwife. They would always get the placenta and go and bury it by a tree or something. You know, now some folks is freezing it. You know, so this thing has been going on a long time. Y'all might remember the child abduction there in Atlanta, Georgia, a number of years ago. You know, a lot of those kids came up missing. Same thing, and this thing has been going on a long time. What we have to do
Hey,
is find-
Baba.
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing, man? I don't mean to interrupt, but your
That's all
spirit
right.
just
That's all right,
excited
my
me,
brother.
man. Yeah, man. You said that your mother was a midwife.
Yes, sir.
Was you able to retain some of that knowledge on how to give natural births?
Yes, sir. A little bit of it, yes, sir.
Oh man, because look, I'm telling you, based off of everything you just said, I swear to God, on everything I love. Yesterday, me and my wife went to the hospital, and they're trying to make her take all these pills, and I had protested right there in front of the white everybody, man. You know,
Right,
and
right.
and they tried to make me look like an angry black man, but I think I held my ground. But what I'm thinking about doing is using religious rights to stand for my right to do a natural birth, because they're trying to make my wife take all these pills. They're saying because of her
That is
blood
your
and
right.
stuff in her blood. You know, they trying to run the shit on her. You know what I mean? They're trying to run that bullshit on her, and I'm
And they
not trying to
still-
allow the system to facilitate any way to get to my child, taking blood and making it take vaccine shots. I don't want none of that on him. So
Hey,
I'm trying so hard to fight right now. She's 7 months pregnant. So this is a great conversation. The fact that I met you, so I would love to hear what you got to say about that.
You do have those rights. All you need is get a letter from the organization where you're with, and let them know that it's against your all's religious practices. But have that to come in and do that. Anything artificial, you know, that's the thing we don't do. And they cannot violate your
My religious rights. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
you need a letter and get it notarized. And if they do tell them, if you do, I'm gonna sue. You know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, by all means. I just did a couple of letters last year, and the brother want to have his wife to have a children on. But we need our sisters to step up.
Exactly, man. We need that, man.
We need
Gosh, where his sisters at, man?
Yeah, that can learn. You know, we're going to all these schools, but we need sisters
God.
to step up and start handling
And start
that.
doing that, man.
Yeah, because we're losing a lot because there are a lot of rituals and things that goes with that. It ain't just having a baby. You understand?
Right.
How it's done. Certain things need to be taken into place. And
The
there are
7-day
certain
ceremony.
readings. Yes, and there's a reading needs to be done on that child when it's coming in the world. So you know what Orisha's walking with, you know, what his calling, what his destiny is.
Yes.
And we're not doing that. We're sending folks into
Yes.
a world totally unprepared. They're out there like a feather in the wind, and you wonder what's happening to them. So now we've got to go back to the sisters, and they're going to learn the art of natural birth and you also can get certified now. You can get certified. You can get certified now to be a midwife, whatever. But you don't get caught up in the system. My mother delivered a whole lot of babies, and I was fortunate enough to be there with her when she would do that. You know.
Wow.
And I was some of the mothers now. Some of y'all, any of y'all ever heard of Sugar Tit?
Nah, I ain't never heard of that one.
You ever heard of Sugar Tit?
She got a channel?
No,
you mean She-Legit. She-Legit.
No, I said a Sugar Tit.
Or a sugar
called
tit.
a Sugar Tit. It was going on a Mandingo. When a child started teething, they would take butter and sugar and tie it into an ironing cloth and rub his teeth with it, with the suck on. They didn't put pacifiers. Pacifier was the worst thing you can do to a child. Do not put a pacifier in that baby's mouth.
No. Okay.
Why not? Why?
You know, because you teach it on an artificial substance. They would take butter and sugar and mix it together, wrap it in a linen cloth, and tie it out and let that child suck on it before as it weans off the breast.
Wow. And one quick thing I want to say about that whole thing when it really comes down to the placenta. What happens is that they make you sign over. Let me tell you about see, there's a lot of people that are single mothers, right?
Yeah.
Because the man is not there, right? right? And that is the most vulnerable situation, because I've been through it twice, to have a child with the father not there.
All right. I see you, man.
It is a very vulnerable situation because even with me, even the C-section, when it came down to get a C-section, when it came down to tie my tubes, like I was getting inundated because it was during COVID and I was there at the hospital by myself. And I was basically being experimented on. Like every 5 seconds, there was doctors coming in there with like 5 and 6 different training doctors, and they just every time I had high blood, I had preeclampsia. Every time they tested my blood and it was high pressure or high blood pressure, they would take blood from me. Then on
High
top
blood
of-
pressure.
and yeah, because you get preeclampsia, right? And so they kept taking blood, but I had to get a blood transfusion during the birth, right? So why would you keep taking my blood after I've had a blood transfusion to restore the blood, right? So they're taking.
Wow. Oh my God.
Then,
Oh, that
then
sounds
I asked
demonic.
them, can I like actually get my placenta?
Damn.
I had to. They wouldn't let me do it. It was like on some like I forget what I had to like. You had to ask for it beforehand. There's a whole you have to pay for it, like $200 to get your placenta. If you have a delivery in the hospital, you have to pay $200 for them to be able to give you your placenta.
Hey, can I ask a question real quick? And I fell off. I want to say peace and blessings to Sister Sakina Ra, Elder Baba Yashayaba. I always mention Eric, mad scientist. I would like their viewpoint on what I was discussing, what me and young Black Jesus Buddha Muhammad was discussing, and Queen Genesis. About the children coming up missing, organs coming up missing, the kidnapping. This is nothing new. From 12 years of slave, proving that they've been snatching us up. It's just something that we can talk about. So I want to start
so I wanted to say this real quick. But hold on, Bendigo. I wanted to say this real quick. So Baba, he just brought that situation up as an example that even though we have all these other things going on, that even on a minute level, because he did address those things. I think you came in late. He said, yeah, you have all those things going on. However, this is also something that happens in the medical system, to where that's kind of like a thing that's a big deal. Like when you take that placenta, because that's where the stem cells are. And if you actually have an illness or whatever, you could grab that placenta. Most of us would used to freeze the placenta back in the day. And then if you had a whatever illness, you'd be able to take from that and be able to heal yourself and didn't need sometimes to go to the doctor because that stem cells that are in that, now they're taking that and taking that from us, putting it into different products, going in the hospital, and you see this what they'll call, what is placenta. There's an actual thing called placenta where I forget what the word of it, where they put it in these beauty products to help to like maintain beauty. So I just want to like catch you up on where we were in the conversation.
So let me add to that, because me, indigenous Black man, he's been a pioneer on talking about stem cells and how they taking the babies, unborn bodies and using it in medical field.
Right.
They even putting it like they want to try to make themselves look younger.
Right.
So I'm gonna let you just speak on that real quick. We done videos on this as well. Go ahead, Aki, and introduce yourself.
What's going on? Yeah. You talking about stem cell? Are we live?
Yeah, we live.
Okay, I don't know what all I can
My fault.
say,
I should have told you. My fault. I thought you just watched.
We got the places where they were selling body parts to these places where there was, like clinics and stuff like that. You can look it up, where they had found body parts, all different body parts in bags, bunch of human body parts. And then there's a place where they was sending the bodies, and they wasn't, handling the bodies right. I guess the regulations wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And then how they're, through the jabs, if you understand what I'm saying, because we can't say the word, I don't want to get them, but through the jabs, they was using stem cells in them and every other jab previous to this recent jab. And now they're starting to say that their stem stem cells of that, but the stem cells are, you know, they take the stem cells from fetal tissue. They're selling fetal tissue. They got, you know, Planned Parenthood selling fetal tissue, and you know, on tape. You know, they had them on tape where they were talking about selling fetal tissue, and then the government backed away from funding fetal tissue research and all this stuff. You know, and yeah, I mean, we've done that presentation, but yeah, that's a, and then they're using stem cells in cosmetics. You know, and I mean, then you have to talk about CRISPR, the gene editing. You have to talk about gain of function. And, you know, remember Steve Harvey, JJ, when he put that stuff on his hand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Steve Harvey had it on his show, and Oprah, he said Oprah uses it on her face all the time.
You got to tell them what it's made out of. Baby foreskin.
Stem cells.
No, but
Stem cells probably from fetal tissue.
From fetal tissue, from the baby's foreskin. Hold on, you listen to the important part, though. Yeah, but they're using the baby's dingling foreskins, y'all, and they're making the cream.
They
Talk about that.
Penis facials.
Yeah, penis facials. You know.
And one of those shots for a facelift, with the stem cell facelift, there was 500,000 stem cells in one shot.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes, you know, more than one shot to do the facelift. So, you know, you take 5 or 6 shots. You know, that's 3 million.
But also,
you know what, man, they can ask him this.
And it, you know, they had this abortion industry wide open, and fetal tissues being sold and all that. That's why I went.
Hold up, Indigenous. Hold up, Indigenous DJ Genesis has something to say. Go ahead.
So you know that they're talking about that whole thing, adrenochrome, right? So when you even talk about abortion, you talk about fetal tissue taken from a penis while you're doing a circumcision, and then all this, and then they have this adrenochrome, right? So this is a baby is crying and screaming during that time. So the blood that's rushing into that foreskin is of a person that's in duress, right? Right. So there's like that adrenaline that's probably going into that's feeding that particular thing. And then on top of that, if you have an abortion, that baby is in distress, right? So this is actually feeding into it. It actually makes a sense about the argument about this whole adrenochrome argument. It might not be. I don't know if they might be really like siphoning like that from kids, but they need to do that when they're able to grab a foreskin off of a baby during a circumcision where he's screaming and hollering, and abortion where a baby is probably in the room terrified, running from a vacuum that is about to suck it out. So let me just throw that people might not even see that this might be the same kind of situation in an infantile state.
It all ties in. It all ties into the trauma that our people went through. And now let's talk about that adrenochrome stuff real quick. I know it's kind of off topic, but all this ties in to the torture. And go ahead and then speak on that.
It's not on topic because it's human trafficking. See, even adults have adrenochrome. We all have pineal glands, okay? And then when, you know, what I heard, you know, the story that I heard was they said that, you know, this is just me. This is Lynn talking, okay? You know, I mean, and like I said, they take the person, torture a person in front of, you know, like you torture somebody in front of somebody else, right? The person you torture, you know, they extract the adrenochrome from their pineal gland. Because that's where you know, that fluid that rushes up into your pineal gland to turn into adrenochrome. You understand? And like she was saying, when you're under duress or under extreme stress, they say the worse stress you're under, when they extract that adrenochrome, the better it is. So can you imagine being human trafficked and somebody you know, murders somebody or unalives somebody in front of another person, and they say that adrenochrome is good, but guess how much better the person who sat there and had to watch that.
And all you watching in the audience, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Hold on. I want to engage real quick. Hold on. Go ahead, Jesus Buddha Muhammad and Baba Yashar.
Yeah, can you? Can you imagine Negroes in the audience? And I gotta speak to you like this because this is how Malcolm talked, right? He had to say Negro. We have to call the name because, right? Because are you a Negro? We can't accept this. We're men. We are men. And man cannot allow no more of this injustice for our people. And we have to rise up and find some moral conscience in our minds so that we can assume the position of a Khalifa. And a Khalifa is a man who is a governor over himself, a God, a governor over his desire. A governor over his desire means, ladies and gentlemen, he is a man who does not care about his desires anymore. We must see the moral the immediateness of us men. You youngsters out there 20 and 30s, man, y'all need to stop playing video games, man. Y'all need to stop acting like your life is a game. Stand up, man. It's time. It's time to rise up. Join an organization, join something. It's time for you to get conscious so you can be an advocate against this. This is injustice, man. These are your people. You don't want to have children, and you got to be thinking about going to the hospital with your wife and you sitting there, the white man is looking at you. You trust this. You believe in the white man, don't you? You believe in this. You believe in this devil who got your kids over here. He said the sister just gave a testimony. He said that they was taking the blood and telling her that we got to give you blood. What kind of shit is that? That's some Dracula shit. That's demonic. If y'all don't see what's going on, this is the continuation of eugenics. We're in a war, and you young men have to answer the call for advocacy. Because if you don't, then your youth are in trouble, man. It's your time, man. It's time to shine. Right on, man. Thank you for the information. This is just motivation, man.
Real quick, I know the Mad Science has been very patient with waiting. So I wanted to give him a chance to be able to speak, and then Baba Yashaba, I know that you were still talking as well. So
now I wanted to invite. 15 years ago, that was a movie came out called "We Come in Peace," and he just hit it because this alien was taken from the pineal gland and using an endorphin, the endorphin in there to give him strength and things and wisdom. And the movie was called "We Come in Peace," and that was 15 years ago. It was considered science fiction. Now it's actually being used. And what I want to say to our brothers and sisters today, get off of this stuff that we were using now. What they call about just slipped my mind.
Off of the ignorance. Get off of the ignorance. Get off of the the Negro.
So but we're using soybean. Soybean calcifies the hypothalamus, man. You wonder why all these guys, all this thing. Look up what soybean does to the hypothalamus gland. Take a look at it. You wonder why all this feminine? Look at what all our food now has got. I got a buddy, and that he's a farmer. He's gonna be on the show. They raising a whole lot of soybeans, and it's in everything. And I know it's a little bit off subject, but we're talking about taking a person's character away, giving him an artificial character, transferring his energy vampires. And the show is very important because I've seen some of these things in my lifetime with my mom. They asked this. When I was in the hospital a few weeks ago, they draw blood every 3 hours. They was drawing blood, Amandinga, every 3 hours.
That's sick. That's sick.
Wake you up in the middle of your sleep. Wake you up in the middle of the night to draw some blood.
They pulling. I look like a pincushion. And a lot of times they couldn't get the vein and they would bruise you. You know, the vein would blow up. And it's bad.
Yeah, because they ain't trained to stick you right. They just stick you how they want to. Don't kill it.
They got them rookies in there learning on you, and they're hurting. Injustice. I got stuck 16 times, man.
That's injustice, man.
I thought, oh no, we ain't doing this no more.
Honey, I was in there for a week. Imagine how many times I got stuck, honey. I got an IV stuck. My whole arm blew up. My whole arm was swollen. I had to ring like it was hurting so bad. I said, listen, there's something wrong with this. It got bruised so bad. I was like, what the? And it killed the vein. It killed the vein and everything. Like this is the type of stuff going on, you know?
Yeah, so they don't care about your veins, but the main thing they care about is your organs, ladies and gentlemen. So if you got organs on your as a youth, you get your license, you think you're doing a noble thing, No, don't sign up for organ. Why can't the family benefit off organs when you die? Why
I
shouldn't be like,
totally
you know what? Hey,
agree.
when I go, hey man, y'all sell my organs to help benefit my burial and my family, whatever, you know, whatever this costs, yeah, put it towards that. They're not doing that. Who gives them the right to benefit off your family's tragedy? They don't even know.
What's the cost of a lung? What's the cost of a lung? What does a lung cost or a heart cost?
Hold up, okay, hold up. We got two people talking. Go ahead, Indigenous. Hold up, Elder, real quick. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, if I'm not mistaken, isn't placenta fetal tissue?
Yeah, it probably would be. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like I said, see all these stem cells, where are they getting them from? Where are they? And that's what I asked them in 2020. I was asking them, you know, with all these abortions, see, that's what I was saying. I was trying to get to that point. That is the main point. But then when you ask yourself the question on another, you know, on another cause, when we talking about the adrenochrome, where are they getting all this adrenochrome from?
The babies.
People's
fear.
Like I said,
People fear who they kill. Yeah, the movie Saul is not just no joke, Indigenous. Go ahead. I'm sorry. The movie Saul, like I say, man, when you heighten that fear.
Yeah. Let me throw this in real quick.
But you know what? We skipped to. Hey, I'm sorry. Okay, good.
Adrenaline goes up into that pineal gland and stimulates the creation of the adrenochrome, brother.
Right.
So that is, like I said, under stress or duress, you know, extreme stress or you know, extreme duress, like that is when they say it's the best.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you, just like I'm telling you about these stem cells, where are they getting all them from? And you know, we answered that question. It ain't just from, you know, because people die every day, all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like, where are they getting all? Because they say it's the best drug on the planet.
Okay, now is that a rhetorical question? Hold on, brother. Is that a rhetorical question? So let's see if Sakina Ra or Eric the Mad Scientist, they haven't went yet. So let's get their viewpoint. We really haven't heard, you know, heard them speak.
Okay.
So sisters go first, Eric Mad Scientist, and then you get in.
Peace on love in the chat. Peace on love on the panel. Love y'all.
Hey, you ain't gotta go nowhere. I'm just saying. No.
Man.
Okay, well, peace of indigenous black men and the mad scientists and anybody else that just came to the chat. But I do agree with the stem cells going further back because I remember I'm a great Columbo watcher and I go back with all these older shows and I think the elder mentioned some of these things, but I remember they were putting some, I don't know if it was stem cells or what, but they were adding them into cosmetics, right? And people were breaking out. Some people had responses to these things with the cosmetics. Why? Because they were used to make you look young, right? And so later on, you had Ambi. Ambi was one of the products that was using what is this called?
Rabbits? Were the rabbits or what? Like
not rabbits, it
animals?
was placenta.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. And so then you had that pink moisturizer lotion. And then you had a few other products and hair products and facial products and creams, moisturizer creams for your face, right? Especially in black product care for your face, right? For things to take wrinkles and stuff out your face and for crow eyes and things, right? And this is what it was for. You see what I'm saying? And either it was in a powder form or it was in a hair care product. These are the two different things, but one was like I said, the elder was speaking about. I'm not sure which one it was, but the other one was in a placenta form, and it was used for hair. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I remember those two products, right? And I'm not sure if one of them was even. It was called Black and White.
Yeah. So can I ask you a question? How do you feel about the young women young kids. I mean, a lot, not just kids, but a lot of our women, our men, just coming up missing, being baited, being kidnapped, being, the hospitals or some of the hospitals are involved in this organ harvesting underground type of thing going on. You remember what was her name? Shanika Jenkins. They were trying to get her organs. We showed earlier the young black model. He went from Midwest to California, ended up missing his organs missing.
I mean, we can say that and go even deeper and say, like I say this several times, like when the last time you seen a new graveyard? Because we've seen graveyards being built on top of tombstone, on top of tombstone, on top of tombstone. But when the last time you hear people say, well, my family owned a graveyard, but we've been here for how many thousands of years and you ain't seen a new graveyard yet, but people still have room on top of room, on top of room, on top of room. And these people been here for how long? And y'all ain't opened a new space yet?
Right.
Okay.
Like new graveyard coming soon. Yeah, he ain't seen that. That's a good point. All of us has been born. You see the same graveyard till you die. You sure right in your community.
Right. So
right.
And then people coming up missing, but for every day somebody gone, because you used to get the newspaper with the death paper piece in it, but for every day that somebody gone, somebody's born.
That's right.
So,
I know, bro. You want to let mad scientists get?
Yeah,
I want to say something.
This is a hot topic, you guys. And everybody
go ahead,
got
let mad scientists get that
Mad
because I was
scientists
about to
very
say something.
patiently waiting, you guys. So go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead,
I want to say peace to everybody for being brave. Let me say for firstly being brave to talk about these topics. You know, I talk about these topics all the time, but this is something brave to talk about. So I got in a lot of trouble talking about this stuff on Facebook and TikTok, so I'm glad people talk about it on YouTube. But first I want to talk about the stem cell. I will kind of going back. So the stem cells, they're also doing what I call dead babies to it, is they're cloning. It's called third period cloning, where they're cloning babies and taking the stem cell out before it comes into an embryo. You know, to me, I still call that killing babies because they're still inhumane, because you're still creating a human baby, but you're taking you're using it only for the stem cell, right? And the blood part of the babies, if you research Elizabeth
wait, 1 second. When you said they using the stems, they trying to create a human by using the stem cells of a baby.
Well, they're cloning. It's called third period cloning. You got two different clones where you can clone and it's fully cloned into all the way to a baby to where it's birth, and then they got third period cloning when they clone it into a fetus before it gets to the embryo, and then they take the stem cell out. You know what I'm saying? So they are.
But has it been actually done, or is this just something that they're still in research?
This is something that they're researching on. But what I'm gonna say is, I know science is they say they're not doing it, but I think they, sometimes they do these things on outside of the scale, people not knowing.
I got you, like some underground shit, like some Illuminati shit.
But it's called therapeutic cloning, though. So if you look it up, you can see that it's a
I'm
thing.
on it, bro. I'm on it.
And then secondly, when you talk when they talk about the baby blood thing, right? If you go back to Elizabeth Bathory, she killed over 1,500 children, and she's the bad for their blood because she thought it would make her young. And they had to actually lock her up in a room until she died. So a lot of that stuff been going on from way back then. I think her name is Queen Elizabeth Bathory. You know what I'm saying? Even when you look at the Eminem poster, he got to where he's sitting in the tub of blood. He's like representing her.
Erykah Badu did the same thing, but she was in a tub of steaming.
Yeah,
I mean, just wicked and sick.
So then when we go to the trafficking, a lot of these kids are going to Pacific Asia. They've been trafficking overseas. They're coming back, right? And they're becoming one of the biggest traffickers people don't talk about are what we call pimps. Pimps are one of the biggest traffickers because a lot of them women come back and they're becoming pimped into the streets, and that's why a lot of people don't see them either. So they'll come there, they get ticketed from where I'm from, Virginia, and they in California, so we're being pimped out.
Wow. Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa! You
so
say the pimps come from Cali to the
yeah,
East
pimps are
Coast?
pimps are sex traffickers. You know
No,
what I mean?
you
That's what they are.
100. You
Yeah,
not lying, bro. You not
yeah,
lying. Them
they
niggas,
sex
them
traffickers.
niggas come from Cali. And they be out here in DC trying to
Yup.
get these little young sisters, man, walking up and down the street
Yeah.
who ain't got no fathers and shit.
Yeah,
They
back in
be
the day,
picked.
they
They
used to
be
try
they.
to catch them in the bars and stuff, but now they got people they can go to and just get them. You know what I mean? And train them.
Wow, man, we gotta put penalties on these niggas, man. This is a war, y'all. This is a
Yeah.
war.
So
This is a war, man.
then we, like you said, is like David was talking about, is hospitals. They got hospitals, police officers. They don't lock up gang members all the way up to people that work at Disney. To I mean, all these people work together. They don't lock them up together in 119 people. Some being police officers, some hospital people, some gang members. All of them working together in this organ trafficking, sex trafficking, and then you have labor trafficking. So they're taking a lot of these people and they're getting money off it. You know, a lot of them is benefiting off this. You know, it's money wise, and a lot of that stuff is getting sold in the black market too. I mean, not black market, black it's an internet thing. Like, I forgot what they call it. It's black.
It's the black market or the dark web.
Yeah, the dark web. Yeah, they're selling it through the dark web and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that's a lot of that stuff going, because like down here where I'm in Virginia too, a lot of girls just missing too. Like I have a cousin, she went somewhere, she tried to go to this hotel, and she walked off barefooted. Next thing you know, she just disappeared. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I'm so
Sorry to hear
sorry.
that, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry,
yeah,
bro.
that's cool. Yeah, but
I just
yeah, I
want
mean,
listen.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I
Mhm.
just wanted to tell y'all I'm finna go, but it was a pleasure being up here with y'all, and it's a wonderful topic. And DJ
Thanks
Genesis,
for coming.
I'm gonna come back and watch it because this was a really nice presentation. And
Please
Mandika
do.
Molly, I appreciate you and Sakima and Karima on the Lions Den. I appreciate y'all having me. I'm gonna
Yeah,
come
but
right.
go catch up. I done the State of the Conscious Community Part 1. It was talking about reparations. We did
Yeah.
Part 2 on redlining. Part 3 was postpartum slave syndrome. Part 4, I forgot. And this Part 5. And this is what we do.
Okay,
This
because
one-
my notifications is not working, and I've been working on my computer trying to get my bill or whatever to work. And I don't know if I'm messing my computer up, trying to hesitate to not take it to Geek Squad, but I probably will.
A lot of us are shadow banned, like me. I'm shadow banned. That's why I only see 3 people in the chat.
Lions Den, they shadow ban. With JJ7K TV shadow ban. Our groups on Facebook is shadow ban. They try to control the back chats. They everywhere. So what I'm saying,
That's right.
hey, let your spirit guide you to where you need to be. Don't let nobody
Exactly.
else tell you where you need to be.
Well,
You
that
know
might
what
be why I'm
spiritual
not
food
getting
you
no
need.
notifications, but I'm finna go. My grandson just came back from Tokyo. He been gone
Okay.
for a month, so
Oh, that's
I'll
a
be
blessing.
back though. And
All right,
Welcome
we
back.
appreciate
Welcome
you.
back. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah.
All right, peace to everybody. This is wonderful, y'all. Thank y'all so much for having me.
Thank you for
Baba
coming.
Sure.
Yakuza, did you have something to say? I think that you
Yeah,
have.
no, I
Yeah.
gotta step away for a minute, but I'll be back.
All right,
Okay.
Baba.
I'll be back. All right.
Nice to
All
meet you,
right,
sir.
All right. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so hold on,
want to
let me last
make it.
let
I
him
wanted to
play
make.
do
let me let him
Black
plan real
people.
quick.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then just the last thing we have to realize too, from the history of Helen, when they stole her cells, what they used her cells is one of the most powerful cells that they took, and that cures cancer today. So remember, and I need people to understand this too. They make us believe that all of us are the same people. When I say the same people, meaning some of us have special parts, and they're looking for these parts. They're looking for these specific bloods. They're looking for these specific things, and they know about them. You know what I'm saying? So they're researching, they're studying on us all the time. They've been studying on us for 300-400 years. They won't do that for no reason. You know, I put a girl that had the book out when they were talking about the doctors. They look at us as we take more pain than others. You know what I mean? Like these doctors, that's why they do a lot of stuff to us, because they think we could take more pain than any other humans. You know what I mean? They think they know we are special. They know we have things that just in our bodies can cure a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So they're using that. They're using gangs, they're using these violence and these murders are going into the streets, and they're using that to harvest. Like you said, it was a time where we heard about I think it was a documentary the dude was doing, and they were talking about how they was putting caskets in the ground. They go back and dig them up. You know what I mean? Taking their jury, or they're taking the organs. We don't know where their organs going. We can say all day we don't want our organs donated. How we know what they doing with the organs? No, they're not giving it to the family. They're not giving it to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of these things these people can do because we inside of their matrix. You know what I mean? They control it out of this stuff. But that's all I have to say.
Yo, that's power. That's 100%. Yo, all y'all in the audience who just listened to this brother speak, the mad scientist, that was 100% voltage to your subconscious mind. This is a state of consciousness, man, and this is really what's going on. And we got a secret force out there that's able to operate right beneath your eyes, right underneath your eyes, really right underneath your sight. And it's important that you tune in, because if you don't, then you're going to be the one caught in the matrix, and you're going to be a Smith. And so we're trying to unsmith you. If you can understand the parables and the metaphors, is that you have to rise up to a state of consciousness so you know that you have a will, you have a willpower. And once you know your rights as a human being, then you're going to stand for your rights. You should have some type of feeling about what you're hearing about tonight, this evening. And everything that JJ has brought out in each and every episode is corroborated with this very topic. The brother is talking about forces that operate behind closed doors. And JJ brought out in one of the videos, I don't know if it was part 5 or 4 or 3, with regard to the Boule and these secret societies and how they have these desires and rituals that they do. I've actually done a research, and Albert Pike has confessed who the god of the Freemasons is Lucifer. And Charles Darwin in the 1890, after they freed the slaves, many philosophers in this age were developing new philosophies to see free black men. You gotta think about this, people. Your ancestors were slaves for 300 years. They demoralized them, took their name, culture, and religion, but there was still something about that black man that he did not give up. Is his will. He wanted to fight the Civil War because for him that was an insurrection. You see, the black man who fought in the Civil War didn't look at that war like, oh, I'm going to help the white. He saw himself getting free. So once the black man got his freedom in 1865, the white elite, the secret Boule, as JJ brought out, were then developing new ways of thinking for these free niggas. Because, once you get free, can you imagine what your ancestors, can you imagine you in that moment when the niggas said you free now? Your chest probably was open a little bit. Your confidence probably went up. Everything changed about your psychology. And at that moment, the white man was developing new philosophies to create to his peers. And now we're seeing it in full effect in 2025 with this trafficking shit, with this organ harvesting. Now you gotta be I gotta get your blood, and I gotta use your blood as a sin. These people are infatuated with satanic rituals. It's deeper than what you're seeing right here, people. And what we're just trying to do is to get you conscious, because you could be liable to their threats and attacks. And what we got to do now is speak up like our ancestors did and start to become advocates of justice, so that we can be the new generation of young people who are not afraid to say what needs to be said and what needs to be done. And this is the only solution for this particular time that we're living in. If you're not conscious, then this is the time to get conscious. Do not be afraid. Free your mind. Like Tim said, free your mind and you could be free. And this is the time to do it right here on this beautiful day, Friday, on the JJ 7000 platform, Lions Den TV. This is Jack Black, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad. This is the state of consciousness. Wake your ass up. Wake your ass up.
I got something to say before I leave. I'm about to leave out. Can I
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback on what you were saying about the rituals, the satanic stuff. Just y'all people remember. I remember this. Rituals, sacrificing, this what we call satanic stuff. This stuff is old as men. Okay, this old as men itself. This stuff has been around. This stuff has been around for thousands of years, and it never went anywhere. It's only been hidden. That's all it is.
That's right.
It never went away. These people still doing rituals. They're still doing little sacrifices on the side. They're still praying the idols. They still, you know what I mean? They still doing voodoo. Like I just was doing a show on blood magic. It's called blood magic. Where I don't know if y'all ever heard about it, but it's in the South where women take their period blood and put it in spaghetti to.
Oh my God!
It's called blood sex magic, to where it makes the man hooked on a woman. You know, I've seen it done. I've seen it done. So you know. There's a lot of that going on in the South is voodoo, you know what I'm saying? But we do it so long, the tradition been going on so long that we don't understand where it actually comes from. But I'm just showing the powerful of how we look at blood, just how powerful blood is to the human, you know. I'm JJ, hit me up more. Y'all keep talking on it. I be at work sometimes, so that's why I don't get it. But I love these topics, man. I'm glad y'all talking about this. I'm glad y'all brave enough to talk about this. Cause I went on Facebook before they threatened me. They told me they would take my whole page away. I went on TikTok and started talking about stuff, and they actually told me they would call the police on me. So I just stopped talking about certain stuff on some places. JJ know one time I did a show on YouTube, they took the whole thing down. You know what I mean? So
we did that. Yeah, that was a good show too, man. That was a powerful show.
Yeah.
So now you see the people of the audience, you hearing the type of grievances that one goes through when one gets to this level of consciousness. Remember, it's the state of consciousness. The state of consciousness that you're in is going to evolve when you start to when you walk through these doors. However, are you ready to face the consequences? Because this is the consequences that you got to face for walking through that door in that state of consciousness. If you're not ready, then what we're saying is support those who are already in that door.
Because I'm just letting y'all know,
we're not gonna be scared.
Real quick.
You know what I mean?
Both these brothers, they in their 30s. See, I want to turn the wheel over to them so that I ain't got to fight as hard. Eric Smash Simon, he in his 30s. This young brother, Black Jesus Buddha Muhammad, in his 30s, and then you got the council behind him.
Listen, I'm 48 years old. I'm 48. You know, and you know my audience is like what almost 80% male. And so I try to bring things that are going to affect them and what's going on in there to like really speak to them. But I wanted to show you that it's not just about the alive bodies that are going down, that are getting kidnapped. Let's get into this. Watch this.
Peace. Now I'm sure y'all remember when I made this video, right? About the graves, bodies not being in there. Then y'all remember when I made this video about graves, bodies not being in there. Then y'all remember when I made this video, graves, where are all the bodies? There are no bodies in there. More receipts, more proof. Check this shit out.
But we couldn't find any remains, so they dug up the second spot
question
and the third spot and didn't find any remains. The cemetery would have us believe that because it's been 20 years, it happens that everything that was buried in that casket has returned to the earth. As a dad, that doesn't make sense to me. She was buried in clothes. The casket had metal on it. She had on shoes. But they're telling us that she's not here and they don't have any other answers for us. They pretty much just closed the conversation. I'm not really sure what else to do, but as I said, the dad and me will not let this just die. Again, this is Hillcrest Memorial in Augusta, Georgia, and Los Lantos. They do.
Listen, I said it once and I'm gonna say it again. Y'all need to look into what's going on with these bodies. Ain't no bodies in these graves. People are going back looking for their people. They ain't in there. Caskets are getting repainted. Cemetery.
So if the bodies are not in the caskets, exactly where are the bodies at? So I just stumbled across the video, and the man, he dig graves for a side hustle. And he said that it was one job he was on. He had to dig up the grave, and the grave was light. Like it was crooked or whatever, they had to bring it up. And he realized that, like, dang, this casket is very light. So he said something to the head person about it. And they basically told him, like, look, don't ask questions you ain't ready for. And now that the video has blown up, he's basically like saying he about to lose his job, like they own him. He talking too much. They're trying to silence him basically. And then that bring me to like just a couple days ago, I went to go visit my child's father at the gravesite. And it was somebody that recently had just got buried right next to him, like fresh. And I was like, just thinking to myself, I was like, dang, like these grave sites are actually very close for these caskets to be so like, spacious and, just so big and, whatever. I was like, dang, it's so close, and you never really hear of another grave site like opening up and more. And this video got me thinking, like, damn, are they really like burying people? Or when we leave and pull off, because they don't like pull them, like reel them down while you sitting on them, like, I don't know, y'all. Not thinking.
Basically, like, I guess we're saying is they putting the bodies in there? No.
I mean,
They
she,
sell them apart.
she just getting woke. She getting woke, man.
Right.
That's how I see it.
Everybody's
getting
waking
woke,
up
man.
to it. Everybody's waking up
People
to it.
getting
Like,
wake, man.
youngster.
wake it up, y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Indigenous. Go ahead, Indigenous.
Yeah, well, see, like I told y'all, they in these clinics, they had body parts in bags.
Yeah, we showed that earlier.
Some of them had heads sewn on, male heads sewn on the women.
Yeah, we showed that video earlier, Indigenous. We showed it because we already went over that. Yeah, but I showed that. Yep.
Where'd you get it from?
I showed it here today, bro. What do you mean where I get it from? On the video, shit.
No, oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. Anyway.
Same video. That's what I'm trying to say. Same video we talked about.
Our video where I showed it?
No, I'm saying I looked it up again and showed the same content.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We showed it where they like the head sewn off.
Like I said, this has already been done in presentation. This is, my talking point. When I'm just saying that we're forgetting that,
brother, listen, Indigenous, this is a talking point for everybody, bro. Indigenous, no, stop. No, nobody stole your talking point, bro. This is a topic
I didn't say that. I said I'd already went over this in the presentation earlier.
Yeah, we went over this before.
But I mean, like I said, I've been saying this for years. So, regardless of what is said and who says it needs to be said.
Right. It's about the solution. It's about what are we about to do about it now? Because we gotta do something about it now. It's about the solution. What are we gonna do about it? Because we're the conscious people, man, and it's really the people out there who. Yeah, we hear you loud and clear, sir. We hear you loud and clear.
So why'd you cut me off?
Because I want you to hear the point, bro.
I'm adding on to the build. I don't want you two to argue about why, who brought the information out.
You are regurgitating my shit, though. This is
oh man, you know what, bro? I'm finna hang your ass up.
We don't see, and that's the type of spirit we don't need in the revolution, because that's the spirit of greed, of like seeking attention. We don't do this. We don't do this for that, man. We don't do this for attention.
Acting like that, man.
Yeah, we don't do this.
Does he have a page where he did it at? We can like show his page. I mean,
yeah, but it don't. But sister, that's not the point. It's the state of consciousness. It's about the message to the people. We're not trying to get our reward. We're not trying to get praise. Right. We don't do this for praise. We do this for the revolution. We do this for the upliftment of the people. We need donations. We need support. We need help from the people. You know what I'm saying? So it's about who's most of. If it's like this, what's great about hustling is that all hustlers can sell the same product. But what makes one hustler better than the other hustlers is how he sold it. We can all sell the same thing, but the one who sold it the best gets the reward. So if he brought it out before, but he wasn't able to drive it to the people to get the reward, we want to get support from the people. It's the essence of what we're doing is we're trying to convince the people that you should believe in us to guide you on your social affairs in life, because we are so conscious of what's going on while you're working and paying bills, and you got tickets and you got family issues and you got a whole lot of things going on in your life. And we over here studying hour after hour, minute after minute, giving y'all information to nourish you. We're just saying, hey, look, support us. But the one who got the best ability to bring people to do that should be the one who get the reward. But we
I'm
don't
not
want to
even
be
asking for
sitting
no
here.
reward,
We don't want to
though.
be sitting here talking about I'm the first one to do this. You know,
All right, hold
that's
on.
not what
Jesus
it's
Buddha
about.
Muhammad. Jesus
Yeah,
Buddha Muhammad. I'm sorry, I gotta, break the bill. But I nobody asking for no damn praises.
that's right.
If I know the
We don't want
information,
it.
and then like the Shanika Jenkins story been out before that, kidnapping been known, but you ain't the first person that ever told me this. Ain't no but now you turn on the ones that got your back. Now I'm regurgitating his information. First it was all the odds. Man, that's a sickness, bro.
Yeah.
Get on the camera so you can have it documented instead of me holding the phone for you. You turn against the person to hold the goddamn phone up to the goddamn computer or the damn tablet, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got to chill out for a while and come back, man, and regroup, bro, and focus on the goddamn mission at hand. It ain't about because I'm sure if you weren't the first person on the planet to say it, and everybody don't listen to you so they can hear it from somewhere else. Just because we meet at the same road, don't mean that you showed me the way to get there. You understand? Come on,
So
man.
let's get into this. So it's 1.5 million black men missing. And I want to give a shout out to Richard Fowler and his show because he brought that out. Let's go into it.
Happy spring to you all.
Let's get it.
As always, here on the Fowler Show, we're here to inform you, to empower you, and to help you get your voice back. Tonight's show, America, is absolutely, positively no different. We have all the segments that you can use: news by the numbers, political maniacs, and oh, so much more. But right now, it's time for your news by the numbers. There's no talking points. There's no talking heads. There's no smoking guns. Tonight, love, it is you, me, and nothing but the numbers. And tonight's number, America, is 1.5 million. Yes, indeed, it is true. A New York Times report indicated that 1.5 million African-American men are missing in the United States.
Wow.
Don't worry, they weren't abducted by aliens, but they were abducted. And I say abducted seriously because of really, really bad laws and even worse policies. America, this is how it all boils down. Between the age of 25 to 54, 1.5 African-American men have disappeared from free society. Majority of them, a good majority of them, are part of the United States prison population. Now, the United States prison population has increased drastically from the 1980s, even though homicides in this country are down whopping numbers, right? So homicides are down big time. But the prison population is up since the 1980s. Now, I guess everybody's trying to figure out, okay, so that would mean we have a tipping point. You are indeed correct, you smart ones out there. Here is a tipping point. Ronald Reagan, the war on drugs. Non-violent drug offenders, right, have increased tremendously since the 80s, which is why African Americans are disappearing. Now, that you can't look at drug offense in a vacuum, because then you have people say, well, they're criminals and deserve to go to jail. But you got to put it in context. So you have communities that are dilapidated, right? You have public education systems that are not properly funded and don't have adequate resources, right? You have job training programs that don't have adequate resources and aren't properly funded. There's no jobs in the community, no investment going into the community. So people resort to the only way they can eat. And that, drug violence, drug abuse. And because, thanks to first Richard Nixon and then Ronald Reagan, they've seen drugs or drug use as a crime instead of as a public health issue. Drug abuse is a healthcare problem, like schizophrenia, bipolarity, alcoholism. Those are all medical problems. But Ronald Reagan and Richard Nixon saw it fit to make those what we would like to call criminal justice problems. And thus, they've overloaded our prisons with nonviolent drug offenders. And so now you have a situation where African Americans are disappearing at record number, right? There was 1,217 deadly police shootings between 2010 and 2014, capturing the federal data that shows black men aged 15 to 19 were killed at a rate of 31.7 per million, while just 1.7 per million white men were killed in the same age range at the hands of police. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we don't have a problem with criminality in our community. But we have to ask ourselves first how the African American community got there. And I can't answer for you in one segment, but do your research, folks, because where there's smoke, there's fire. And correlation doesn't always equal causation. But I want folks to go back, do your research. Let's have a real conversation about this, and let's not just kick around talking points. But let's get to the root of the problem. And like my mom always says, instead of let's stop treating the symptoms and start looking for a cure.
That's what you said, Buddha. Hey, that's exactly what you said.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Richard Fowler. I want to give a shout out to his channel real quick. His channel, bring that point out. I want to give him a shout out because we are using his content. So shouts out to Richard Fowler for even bringing that to the table. And we talk about we have to find something to do and how to do it and how to fix it. But if 1.5 million of our black brothers are in prison, how do we fight this issue when our kids are being stolen from us, when the fathers are not even there to protect.
Exactly. The solution, lady, the solution, sister, and I'm just one person giving a suggestion, is that we have to now internalize the struggle of our ancestors. The man brought up Ronald Reagan's war on drugs and then used statistics to show the consequence of dilapidated communities, no jobs,
Yeah,
etc.
the crack
So
epidemic. They're putting guns and drugs
yeah,
in the community. He didn't go over
exactly.
that.
Exactly. So you see,
That's what caught me a red
so
flag with that right there.
that's
I
right.
mean,
And
he
so
tried.
yeah, so
Hey, brother.
Richard Fowler was absolutely correct talking about the dilapidated communities and the things that are against us, right? But now the resources that Black men decided to attain to survive, which is drugs, is still not something to
And guns.
sympathize. I don't
Use
sympathize with no drug dealer because the drug dealer is still a poison to the community, because now the young people are looking up to that. And then what happens is they end up becoming the victims of the nigga culture, which means that they're not going to be home with their kids and their woman. They're going to be out fucking any and everything with a vagina, and no respect for the woman, beating a woman up. So we see the drug dealing, the solution of dilapidated communities, no jobs leading to drug dealing, is not a good solution. What we got to do is we have to, as men, reinvent the wheel, reform and revive the traditions of honor and integrity. Malcolm X. Malcolm X used to be into all of that. But the miracle of X is that when you internalize yourself, meaning you go within and see why you are like this, and then you have some time to yourself enough to where you can now implement some new revived education, then you can be able to have a new standard for yourself where drugs can never be the last solution to survival. You can still sell some incense. You can still sell some oils. You can still, you as a man have to hold up some level of standard so that you know that I will never go this route, because when you do that, you become demoralized. And that's the reason why the sister said the men are not home, because how are we going to be able to raise up a new era of men who still think drug dealing is cool? We got to make that shit uncool, because because look, I'm living in a dilapidated community. I'm living in these type of communities where a lot of young men are looking at the dealers like the cool niggas on the block. They're like the jocks of the neighborhood. They get all the women, they have all the pussy, and they look cooler. But the Black Panther used to be cool. We used to be the cool niggas on the block.
Hey, let's keep it PG. It's early.
I'm sorry.
And the Black Panther actually turned into the drug dealer. Remember the Black
exactly,
Panther
and
turned into
that
the
sister
Bloods and
is
the Crips, and the
you're
Cloak,
absolutely
and so in the Vice Lord. So that's so what
exactly.
happened to that?
You're absolutely, no, the sister is absolutely right, and this is what goes right back to my point: is that the RGY is, we're saying that the only way we're going to be able to rightly guided, the rightly guided youth organization. We saying that we acknowledge what the sister has brought out of the lingering effect of drugs in organizations when they're living in dilapidated communities, economic struggles, is that when you get tested like Job, and I got to bring that story in just for the sake of the conversation, is that when you get tested and you're being brought down to that level of struggle economically, then now your moral compass is in question. If you are a man or woman who gets affected in your finances, affected in your economics, or you're struggling and you're feeling like you're about to lose everything, and maybe you may have to go to a shelter, the question is, do you now start sucking? Do you now start bending over? Do you now start becoming an alcoholic? You see, because this is now the test of your morality. If Black men had a higher moral code, then we can eliminate the effect that drug dealers have on them. We won't see them as cool. We're gonna say, you know what? It's hard for me, but you know what? As long as I got enough money, I could still buy me some insurance. I could sell these jumps on the train. Like, you still trying to find ways to survive. I've seen a brother. He actually used to post. He used to post up in front of the storage buildings, right? And all the storage buildings is where people, store their stuff. But sometimes people, when they get ready to move their storage out the storage unit, will throw some stuff away. This man used to go in the trash can and take all that shit and sell it on the block. So you see, there's other ways you can survive in his war. but we're trying to bring you to a state of consciousness where we can let you know you're living in a war. These are the things that are against us. We have to realize that the system is cheating, because if they had made it equal for us to compete in its economics, we would dominate them, just like we dominate music, just like we dominate track, just like we dominate tennis. Everything, when it comes to entertainment and sports, and you let the black man get a chance, you see what we do. But now let us get a fair chance in your economics and watch us dominate that too. But they know they can't do that. So you have to know the game. The game is set up for you to become a drug dealer, because you're not, the white man is saying you don't have any honor. You're not a man of integrity. So you're going to sell drugs, aren't you, nigger? Because you don't have anything else to do. We're saying you do have something else to do, young brother. You in your 20s, you in your 30s, you feeling like you don't know what to do with yourself. You do have something else to do, brother. You know what you can do? You can tune into RGY and Lions Den and get some of this knowledge so you can be an advocate for your people. You know what you can do, my brother? You can go and sell some incense, my brother. You may not, it may not be cool. The girls may not feel you like that. But look, you're going to have your honor and integrity. And if you keep doing that, you're going to develop a love for yourself so much that they're going to come after you. I'm telling you. They're going to find, they're going to see that you're stern.
The right website, the Rightly Guided Youth, or is it the right, where I'm showing right here?
Yeah, the Rightly Guided. The Rightly Guided. No, this is not the website. RGY is the information. We're really right now perfecting the message. You know what I'm saying? We have everything in terms of curriculum, books. We do social media. We just TikTok, Facebook,
Okay,
we
so you're
just
not
Instagram.
like
We're not trying. I'm not trying to be like the white people. I'm not trying to look like them. I'm trying to be like different and unique, you know, like a new wave coming in. And then if I get enough, if I can get to a level where I'm expecting to be, then I'll start doing all that, you know. But right now we just a movement of information. And right now I'm starting with my wife and my family. I'm not, this ain't no big thing. This is just a man with a big idea and a big heart talking like this. You know what I'm saying? I start with my own wife and my own family, and whoever like what I'm talking about, I'm trying to unite with you, and I'm trying to be able to help you with whatever you got going on. And I have my own interest in this revolution. And that's kind of how I look at it. You know, the Israelites, the Moors, I salute them, but I've been watching them in the game, and they don't seem to be trying to make no political moves as I am. So, you know, I don't see the Moors doing anything too much. So I kind of step back from the Moor Science Temple.
So I'm gonna play this video a little bit, and then I'm gonna bring on Queen.
Hold on. Let's let the Queen come in and introduce stuff, then do the video. Instead of having her wait.
All right.
Thank you,
Like,
Mandika. I
give us
definitely
the context on the conversation, but okay. That's cool.
Thank you, Mandika. I definitely appreciate you for that. I want to tell everybody hello in the chat. Thank you so much for allowing me. I want to tell everybody hello on stage, Mandika. I see we have somebody else here. It was definitely breathtaking hearing you speak just now.
Wow, okay.
He was here with us last time. He was here with us. I think so.
Wow,
for some reason,
Jesus Buddha Muhammad. Yeah, he was here with us.
Okay. So I see the name. Is the name different written on there?
Nah, that's me. That's the same man. I'm the same one, you know. Same one.
He's a young brother, man. 35. You know, we want to turn the wheels over to him. You know, the youth, the younger ones. You know, and let them, you know, reach the youth. You know.
Yes.
So it's an honor that you're coming back and be on the platform with us. Do you have any questions or any comments about the topic at hand when we're talking about our children being missing and taken, and then some of them coming up with no organs, and how this is a big business, and how even some of our own people are involved in this, the hospital, you know, so we like this, you know, how do you feel about it? And then we can get to the video, Sister Genesis, DJ Genesis.
How I feel. You want me to go ahead and answer now?
Yeah. Get into it.
Yeah, how I feel about it, I'm definitely with you. Not even 100%. I'm with you 1,000%. What I definitely appreciated from you, I mean, towards the end when you said it starts at home with my family first. You know, you said it's starting with my wife, my children, and then what I'm doing now is I'm extending what I have to offer from my heart and what I feel passionate about. I'm extending it on these social media platforms. And what people don't understand, extending on a social media platform, whether people believe it or not, These particular days, you got to leave those boots on the ground and you got to come up in the air, because you are going to find that you reach a broader audience by being up here. You're not going to attract and like everybody. Everybody not going to attract and like you. But long as you stay true to you, long as you don't change you, long as whoever you put as the head of your heart, you leave them at your heart, and you work on religion later. It's spirituality first. When you get that spirituality in your heart, everything else gonna flow from the heart, the mind, through the mouth, through everything you touch. And I don't think they understand that. People don't understand, if you start in your own house, start at your front door, start in your backyard, start on your own street, start in your own city, then your county, then you find yourself all over the state, and then you can start doing other things. But that manifestation has to come from within. And when we can get a hold of our black men to let them know that y'all are more of a black, y'all more of a backbone in the United States than anything. Do y'all not know who created goddamn stop signs? Do y'all not know who created peanut butter? Do y'all not really know who created electricity? Do y'all not know who created these bangle earrings? Right? Y'all do not understand how fashion forwarded, how intelligent, how smart, how creative we are. We need to learn how to work together. We cannot do it if we don't clear our own houses out. I seen the article today. I didn't get to look at it, but it said, you won't believe how black men looking now, where if you open your eyes, you got a bigger opportunity if you start sitting on top of your foundation, making sure there's no cracks in the foundation. And then when you start laying down, whatever it is you're working on, your foundation, the roots already buried. You can't move them roots. You ain't no storm. You're not a Hurricane Richter 5. You can't move storms. It takes electricity to do that. But if you move the storm on the inside of you, them roots planted already there. The roots planted in the roots. The foundation already laid. You don't have cracks in it while you're not building. This is why people are getting over on us, because we are not woke here. We're not woke there. We're not woke here. We're not woke there. We're not woke there. We just not woke. But once we wake up, y'all don't understand how many countries we really gonna own. Wake up and see. When you wake up and see, you'll see we own more than the United States. We own more than Africa. You don't think we own no parts of damn Jamaica? Y'all don't think we own no parts of Dominican? What is people thinking? This is where I was so glad to hear this, and thanks for the invite, thanks for the welcome. And I do a men only live where I try to preach and embed this to our men, especially our black men, because somehow our black men got left leaning. And when you don't have anybody strong behind you, even as a man, it tells you behind every man is a strong woman. And you got to learn how to lift back up. And when you lift back up, you got to learn how to stay there. When you lean, don't lean as far to the side as you was one point or another. It's okay to lean, but know how to get back up. So we need to start first trying to show people you've been leaning a long time. It's time to go straight. It's time to take it and go straight down this road right here. And if you straight down that road, ain't no cracks and crevices there for me. I got it on both sides. You know why? Because I'm woke, and I'm glad that you're here. And I definitely hope that this is going to be done again. I know Mandinka, I was with Mandinka a few days ago, loved the genre. DJ Genesis loved the genre. And I definitely would love to be a part of this conversation, especially if it's something we can do weekly, every days or so. So big ups, big ups, big ups to the stage, big ups,
man.
You better
big
know
ups,
it. And I want to tell you, I want to say one more thing.
Go ahead.
I just want to say one more thing. When you said so many people do a lot of talking, they do a lot of tongue twisting, tongue twangling, tongue lying, finger walking, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube ass fingers. All they do is type. But they don't actually put the actions where the mouth is at. And one thing that I learned when you said, I don't give a damn if you get on the side of the road and sell you a slew of blunt sage. I call this my blunt sage. If you do, if you got some blunt sage and you can make it the way they doing it, get your ass over there. I do a small channel talent search getting ready to do. And guess what? That's talent. Talent not on the ground right now. Leave your boots there. Come up here. You got to learn how to make money. And for anybody out there that have ways to show people how to make money, come and show people the legitimate way. Because listen, I'm gonna look you up. There's so many ways to make money. We just need to start exploring more and showing people.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, Queen, like I say,
Facts,
this
man.
is
Thank you,
part
sister, for
of
that powerful message, yo.
yeah.
That was
Hold up,
exhilarating,
Jesus
man.
Buddha. Jesus Buddha,
Yeah.
hold up real quick. So this is
What's
not
up?
the last one. This is part 5 of what I've been doing and putting together a series of educational, informative discussions, bringing awareness to the community about the things that we need to be talking about. You know, I ain't got to sling no names around, nothing like that. We just mind our business and do this. So this is part of the series, the State of the Conscious Community. This is part 5. And hope y'all keep, stop mustering around and catch up if you ain't already caught up. But yeah, and then like I said, we want the sisters to be, to bring up topics. DJ Genesis got a good topic that we're going to be exploring. I'd like for her to talk about that real quick, and then we'll get back to the meat and potatoes. Go ahead, Sister DJ Genesis. Tell us about the prison system, how we're going to be talking about. Go ahead. You gotta mute your mic, Queen.
Okay. My thing has been going weird. I don't know if they listening to us and they making my stuff malfunction.
We
But,
feel like somebody's watching me. It's okay though.
Hey, give them something to watch. Give them something to look at.
So the thing I really wanted to bring into the thing is the Ebony Alert. So I want to finish up with that whole thing about the Ebony Alert. The fact that there is no actual alert system when
You muted again.
Okay, we can't hear you. But yeah, part of the information we're bringing out is
Black
like
people as runaways.
Oh, there you
just
go.
want to
There
make
you go.
sure that we prioritize these young folks and young adults the same way as we do anybody else. And there are young women who are being abducted and sex trafficked. They're listed as juvenile prostitutes, and as we all know, juveniles can't commit consent to sex. So how in the hell are you going to list them as juvenile prostitutes? But that's what they do to young African American girls and women.
People have an issue with the name. Why is it called the Ebony Alert?
I don't see problems with the name, or we wouldn't have, labeled it as such. Ebony, we know, has a connection to the African American community, be it the magazine, you name it. So that's why we want to be very intentional and specific that this is about African American individuals. So that's why we chose Ebony.
We asked Senator Bradford about the slew of negative comments, questioning if this segregates Black youth from the general Amber Alerts that we all know.
How do you respond to that? I know you've been seeing it in the comments.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's the same individuals who would also tell you that we don't deserve reparations, we don't deserve affirmative action, we don't deserve all the things that we have been denied in this country for hundreds of years. So I'm not surprised by those comments. It speaks to the racial bias that exists in this country, and it's a shame that we have to do this, but this is a common sense approach to an issue that is far too important. Black babies and young adults are just as loved and cared for.
Do you feel like the Ebony Alert would have helped your sister and your niece if it were enacted back then in 2016?
It would have helped as far as publicizing goes, for sure. Additional spread of awareness would have been huge.
You feel like she's still alive?
I do. I really do.
The Ebony Alert will not only activate phones and highway signs, it'll also open up the field too. This alert will also now include young adults up to 25 years old, also included those reported missing under unexplained or suspicious circumstances, and missing persons that are disabled, cognitively impaired, or at risk. It goes into effect January 1st, 2024, and Senator Bradford says that other states could follow suit, as it has been discussed at the National Black Caucus of State Legislators meeting this week. For TSR News, I'm Dustin Carter.
Yeah, you see that? So
once
shout
again,
out to the
man.
room for that information. Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, once again, that's a sign.
Give
That's a sign
credit for the information that we get. I gotta say, okay, shouts out to the Shade Room for that information. Shouts out to them for even covering that. This is a very serious topic, and we need to really know that this is really something that we should really embrace, just like we embrace a lot of the other issues in our community. Like, our children are this is our future, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And why are Black kids more likely to go missing in the US? That's going to be the next subject, but go ahead, let's talk about what we just watched.
Yeah. I just want to add on to that bill and culmination with everything that's been spoken within the last 10 minutes. and is that it's really a cry out for men. I mean, that's all I can see. It's just a cry out for man to resurrect the radicalness, and radical just means you a truth teller, and that's what's wrong with us, is that the men, we just got to stand up and realize you living in a war. You living in a goddamn war, and the white man got a system against you, and you don't even realize it because you too busy trying to be a damn coon for the white man. You too busy trying to be accepted in a system that got your babies being kidnapped and being trafficked by sex demons, and you don't care. You don't even care that your goddamn people are being hunted down like prey in a goddamn wilderness, and you just like being a coon for the white man. But you don't want to stand up and be a warrior for your people. You don't want to stand up and get the knowledge and get the information you need to resurrect your mind and revolutionize your community. You don't want to get a black woman and you don't want to be with her. You don't want to be in a family organized, because look, all we need to do as men, as young men, especially if you in your 20s and your 30s, if you in your 20s and your 30s and you sitting there looking at the TV, sitting there watching everything that's happening to your people, but you sitting there still trying to be a little coon for the white man and get his money, then you don't care about your people, you don't care about yourself, you don't even care about the future, which is the youth that's being kidnapped and sex organ and sex trafficked. This sister, when you see black women gotta come and bring information like this to us, to the men, then that's a universal call for manhood.
Hey,
So it's time, man. It's time, man.
I put this together for us.
It's time, man.
I mean, I put this together. It's just on this platform. But the women need to help
It's
bring
time,
it
man.
out. But listen, brother, all this is come from my mind and from me seeing stuff. But I'm not taking credit for putting the information together. But I'm saying this is part 5 of my journey of what I want us to talk about.
All praise
You see,
due.
DJ Dennis is helping me, Crystal Kareem is helping me, but like when she come up with her ideas, I want to give her full credit. And that's what's going on.
Right
All
on.
right, man.
Right on. Respect. Yeah, respect to Sister Kareem, respect to the whole organization, respect to the whole entire channel, man. It's the fact that
And
we
here's
got
the thing, I'm gonna say this: we're all a team.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about who and what
Yeah, man.
and who brought it. You know, we're all working
No,
together.
it ain't about
bring it
that.
to the forefront. We are all working together. You came up with the
Right.
idea of the subject, and we are all working together to like bring this to the forefront and the light. So, you know, we all are a team. This is a team effort because it's going to take a team to actually do something about this. And I hope that maybe someone is out there, a lawyer, a lobbyist that can like come up with laws that can like say, okay, listen, I think there should be a law that says, okay, listen, if you are just different, we can like come up with laws. There's different things we could do.
Exactly.
to
And
combat
that's what I've been emphasizing, is that I wasn't taking shots in no type of way. And if y'all felt like I was, I apologize. What I was saying is that it's almost like when mama says, wait till I tell your father, right? When mama say that, when she got to tell the kid, wait till your daddy come home, we know what that means. So when I say when a woman, it's like if we're looking at this like a village, when a woman bring a problem to the community, which is the chiefs, then they're saying that that's like a man call. It's more of a warrior shit. I look at it, that's how my mind works. When I see women coming together in a protest manner, like white women with the feminist movement, when you start seeing black women come together with protest information like this to us, then that's when men have to now come together and say, oh shit, we got an issue because our women are complaining. And we got to deal with these complaining ass women because we men. And we got to deal with this. This is our family. That's how men are supposed to be programmed to think. We should not have to have our woman in a front line saying, stop the injustice. When you start seeing that, this is a moral, I'm about to land. This is a moral issue. I'm a follower of the teachings of Shahrazad Ali. Shahrazad Ali said we must return to a traditional family value system. The man is the protector. And I believe that. And if the woman have to come out and say, oh, we are dying, oh, we are hurting, oh, the kids are suffering, then that's a moral issue for the men. That means the man is not on his code. He's not on his deen. He's not on his square. So that means that he has to revive his mind to that level of a Black Panther so where he can get back into that assuming position where the woman could just kick back and look pretty. Because they supposed to just kick back, look pretty, cook the food, and give us wisdom and counsel while we get these bullies and monsters off the block so they can walk gracefully with our kids.
And you're right,
You know what I'm
family.
saying?
And this is why
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
here. This is why you are here. But all I'm saying is there is a man, there's another man in front of this right here, right now, putting this together so the women don't have to be in the forefront. They could be helping us and all that, but we don't want to put them on the front line where they getting attacked by the enemy. You know, now they beefing with everybody and all these other platforms. We're not doing that. So, ladies, there is men out here like Black Jesus, Buddha Muhammad, New Kakarot, and the rest of Neo Love, and the rest of the guys in the Lions Den that's out here on the forefront that's trying to really bring the truth to our people and be protectors. You see what I'm saying?
I'm trying my best.
And get us back on point. Hold on. Give me 30 more seconds. Give me 30. And be on the forefront and bring this information out and get us in the right direction instead of going in circles, seeing what this platform will say, and this one, and this one, and this one. Keeping them going in circles, keeping them what you're doing over there. That's nonsense.
We got to be the vanguard. We got to be the vanguard.
I'm not discrediting DJ Genesis. She part of this. I mean, Sister Karima, Sister Queen 62, my wife, your wife, and plenty others. It ain't just no I. There's no big eyes and little U's and team. Oh, wait. Did I say that right? Yeah. There's no big eyes and little U's and team. You hear me? Is it? No. Team start with a capital T. So that's what I'm saying. So no, I wasn't trying to. I'm just saying a lot of people. Some of my ideas I do come up with, and didn't see. I mean, I'm not saying I wasn't trying to be mean to you, brother. But how you taking it like brother, you know, people get credit for where credit due, and then some people can spark it better than others.
Exactly.
But I never took this information from you at all, and now I'm being victim of you saying you regurgitating my information. If you're saying good information, you should want people to regurgitate it.
Like period. Like we ain't trying to be jealous of each other. We trying to real life just get the people to wake up, man.
Information.
Like, come
Bottom
on, we
line
gotta wake
is,
them up.
you know who the first regurgitator of the information is? That Black mother who lost their child and is on the news complaining and crying about her child being missing. So all we're doing is covering it and saying, okay, we need to pay attention to this. There is no information. There is no owner of that.
Right. Yeah. And if we're talking about Oregon, yes, you and I did do a show on this. Yes. But I've been knowing about this. So I didn't steal nothing from you. I invited you to come up here, just like I invited everybody. If anybody on this panel got an invite, trust me, everybody in my back chat or my Facebook friend got an invite. That's for real.
But he could be a businessman. You know, we just want if he's a businessman, then Indigenous got to come with a business profile, because we can leave the jealousy out of it and bring the business side of it. Because if it's all about benefiting off of information, then we all got to come together as men collectively and say, okay, we got some interest in what we sharing, because we know we have an agenda. And that's what we have to have as Black men, is an agenda on what we're doing on these channels, so that we can be able to direct the people where we want them to go. Because
nobody owns a specific subject. So let's get into it, because we're getting we're getting brought up, and I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody.
No, we trying to no, sister. No, I get it. Trust me, I'm not deviating. I'm just saying I'm caring about the man's feelings, because obviously the man said that last comment before he got off the phone, because he felt a certain way. So I'm addressing him. I'm saying, Indigenous, if you want to come in a business manner, then you should come like that, instead of coming at JJ like that. Just come in a business way.
Man,
you see what I'm saying?
Why is there a disparity in media coverage for missing children? For Black missing children? Why do they have to come up with an ebony alert? Okay, so a lot of minority children are initially classified as runaways, and as a result, do not receive the Amber Alert. Okay, criminals, missing minority adults are labeled as associated with criminal involvement, gangs, and drugs. Desensitization. It is believed that missing minorities live in impoverished conditions, and crime is a regular part of their lives. All right, missing person reported by gender of all races: 50% female, 50% male. 173 individuals were listed as unknown, 1%. Okay. Breakdown based on age and race: under 18, whites including Hispanic, 50%, African American. This is the breakdown. Okay, 40% Asian, 4%, 3% unknown, Total number of missing persons of color under the age of 18, 162,755. And it includes Asians and Indians. So the bottom line is that, and if you like think about that as 4%, etc. And because Asians are considered Asian, and so 4% of that. So that means out of all this 162%, 162,755, it's only 4%. So so this is the majority of Black people, 162,755. So that is what we need to be talking about. In 2023, 224,766 persons of color were reported missing of that group. 162,755 were under the age of 18. Yet missing minority children are grossly underreported in the news. What can we do to level the playing field? More diversity in the newsroom. Okay? Balance the scales. Less is more. Diversity matters. See value in Black and brown lives. Be vigilant. Now, I get it. We don't want to talk about the brown lives, but hey, this is what we need to be talking about. Not about what somebody get mad because this is their information. The bottom line is the information is information. It's across the board. Right. So no one owns the information. No one owns a specific topic. So let's go into why are Black kids more likely to go missing in the U.S. Let's watch this real quick.
We saw her on camera, the last image of her is on camera with a bag of food, and her eyes look so sad.
I kept asking myself why couldn't it have been me instead of her?
We've seen a lot of African-American girls that have gone missing, and very little visibility is brought to their case. For 2 weeks, we said she did not run away. And for 2 weeks, they kept saying she ran away.
How could you find your loved one? Hold on.
2018.
Let me just stop this real
My
quick.
16-year-old niece.
How could you find your loved one if they don't even take the case seriously for 2 weeks?
Right.
They had a show called 48 Hours. Remember there was a thing called 48 Hours where it takes 48 hours in order to predict find out who the information on a person's death, like who murdered the person.
They say if you don't find them in the first 48 hours, you're gonna have problems. So then they giving us 2 weeks. What the hell?
2 weeks.
Keep it going.
So you can't even what kind of an investigation can you do if it takes 2 weeks to even for it to be in the radar?
I have a question. But for the most of these cases with the missing women, are these the most cases the ones that are out of Washington?
No, it's all over the country. It's
because I know it was really, really, really bad in Washington, like the last couple of years. I know that's when they really started noticing that a lot of the Black girls became missing. If you look it up in Washington, because my daughter was going to go there to visit the White House and a couple of other things. And because of that, I was afraid to send my daughter there. I mean, it was bad. I didn't follow the story here recently, but I know the last couple of years, a lot of the awareness start coming from Washington, D.C. A lot.
Well, I'm going to say this. Washington, D.C. has a very huge sex trafficking culture when it comes down to the pimps and the hoes and stuff. There's a whole thing called 14th Street where all that hoeing goes on at over there. That's been going on.
That's the red light district. That's where I'm at in DC right now. Y'all absolutely telling the truth. That goes on.
14th Street. So if they actually went down there, they might be able to find some of their loved ones, because a lot of these people, one thing, even when I was even dealing with Nisa, you know what I'm saying? And shouts out to her. I've talked to her. She's okay. At least I think so. You know, I've been talking to her on IG. And I spoke about the fact that, you know, when people are homeless, right? Within the first 30 minutes, they are at least approached by at least 2 people that are traffickers. And here's the thing, like it could be another woman that will bring them into a trafficking situation, or it could be a man. Now, whether or not they get trafficked into the sex world, or they get trafficked for their organs, and now they become up missing, it's all, you know what I'm saying? So we have to be very
Man.
vigilant in understanding that all this stuff all ties in together. The pimping, the sex trafficking, all that stuff. Because once a person is no longer valuable to you on the street, when they get a certain age, next thing you know, that's when they get harvested for their organs. That's another thing that happens. So, but let me play a little bit more of this video because this is a very touching.
Pardon me, man. My man, Miss Genesis. JJ, I gotta get ready to make salat, brother. I wanna say if y'all still running, I'm gonna come back on this. And but I want to say, man, y'all doing a hell of a job. May the Most High bless it. I'm into this, man. I'm supporting it 100%. All y'all in the audience support this, man. Share it, like it, and do more, man. Come on here and give a testimony or something. That last topic, I know somebody personally who can testify on this channel about being a victim of that. So this type of
say of what,
topic
because
is
people
really-
might have joined. Just say a victim of what.
they was invited by one of these people that you said. You said they anybody who's homeless is like likely to be approached. Yeah, I know somebody exactly with that exact story, like period. They could tell you what it was like. They were homeless, and they could tell you line by line how it happens. But when you hear them say it, you know, if you're not a person who thinks with the heart, you would think that they was lying to make you feel. Because you know, here's the thing: I'm a street dude with knowledge. That's Malcolm X. So what happens is in the streets, you could find women who play victim to get your money. So they act like they abuse and shit, and then you be trying to do stuff for them, and then eventually you get led to a bad place. But when you see topics like this, like the one the sister's bringing out, and you still in the streets and you meet that homeless female who really was sex trafficked and got out, then it's like, whoa, that's a miracle, because they don't really make it out, and the statistics don't lie. So that really hit me. That really touched me, man. And I know that person personally, and I don't know if they would want to come here and bring that story out, but I'll definitely share this video with them, and they can hear the type of stuff we bringing out, because this is real. It's really in our community. And men, if y'all don't feel a certain way about that, then you're not, your manhood's in question. I mean, seriously, are you evolved? Because it seemed like Charles Darwin was right when he said we was apes. Anytime that we can't evolve to that protector, that Malcolm shit, then we are failing as humans, as men. So man, I just thank Allah for allowing me to be here, and I thank Allah for JJ and the sister who been presenting the information. So with that being said, man,
My name
much
is
love to
DJ
the
Genesis,
channel.
by the way. Anybody that
Oh,
doesn't know
Indigenous,
it,
yeah, shout out.
Yeah,
And,
don't go
and
nowhere.
if y'all still on, I'll be back.
No, don't go nowhere before you go, brother. Like I said, man,
yeah,
you kept getting on my case, like you know, and you really sparked the fire that was already in me to really just push forward and make a better focus when I'm getting in front of the community instead of just
how you whoop. Let's get it, man. Praise God.
So I want to thank you for steering me in the right direction. And this may start off slow, but it's going to pick up. Trust and believe that. Because we just got to stay vigilant. We just got to keep the coal to the fire, however you want to say it, and bring out the information. Because there's so many topics that we talk about, and a lot of it all ties in together. Yep. So that's why I've been putting this series together.
Yeah,
and
they gotta be studied too, man. This is high-powered information. I mean, every episode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, every episode you can take something from it and do a whole independent research. So, man, this is really. I think people need to study these series, and then if you want to come and do a recap on one of them, but the end game is we gotta move, man. We gotta do something. We gotta create some type of activity and flavor where it can be resembling something greater than any type of channel that ever existed on YouTube. So we know that there are some, obstacles that we got to overcome, JJ. But as long as we got this true faith and this true sincerity and this true desire, you know what I'm saying, then we're gonna overcome them. Because the fake always get exposed, man. You know, truth always lives and falsehood dies. So just continue to do what you're doing, bro, and I'm definitely be continuing to support, man. Don't even worry about that.
Well, that's love, man. Like I say,
For sure.
I'm trying to reach. We trying to reach your age group. You know what I mean? Because they don't have nobody leaders in front of them that's really giving them the spiritual food that they need to grow. They feed them some spoiled milk, leftover steak from 8 weeks ago. Man, we ain't trying to do that. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate the motivation. And just stay working with us. Love, fam.
Respect, Soldier. Respect,
Yeah.
respect, Soldier. Man, keep up that energy, line. Respect to you, man. I'm gonna come back too. Don't even worry about it.
Get out your
Let's go.
RG, I would
Shout out to everybody, man. All praises due to the Most High. Y'all be blessed. Y'all keep up the good conversation. I'm in the back. You heard?
I want to say one thing before you go, RG. I
Yes.
definitely like you and Mandika, the mentalities. Again, I do a men only live twice a week. I definitely would appreciate it here and there. Y'all come and speak to my men. They're older men. I even have men in there as young as 22, 24 years old.
Oh yeah.
In there right now. He's 20. I think his name is Van. He's 29 years old, and he's so scared inside right now. In August, he's getting ready to start. He's going to school to be a pharmacist, and he's scared.
Oh,
He's
wow.
gonna fail. And I told him, I say, the only person that should be scared is failure.
That's right. Cause you ain't never gonna go there.
Put that blunt sage on them. You better put that blunt sage. Hey, you better
That's
put that
right.
blunt sage on their ass just like that.
Yes,
Men,
ma'am.
y'all can do it. So I definitely wish that you would come to the platform on one of the men only lives, you and Mandika, and just speak to the men. And I'll make sure that I continue to connect whenever you all are on, so that we can kind of come together and build the communities together.
Say less. We can talk. We can talk, man. Man, keep it all in the conversation. We could talk, definitely. We got to do this. We got to do this. It's for a greater cause. So we got to save our youth, man. It's they the future.
Yeah.
So I'm always about that, sis. So don't even worry about it. I appreciate you coming on here. It's amazing how energy brings energy. It's like energy brings energy. We got to continue to manifest and let the right energies find each other. We got to find each other. So definitely. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and salute to everyone on the panel, man. Real loud. RGY, we out, man. Peace, y'all.
RGY in the building.
And I wanted to show something real quick. I wanted to show how easily and how quickly a person, and shouts out to Anissa, Dr. Umar, but I want to show you, Dr. Umar's daughter. I want to show you how a person can be able to quickly take advantage of a person's weakness, right?
Yeah.
Now she's asking for money on her channel. She's struggling. She's homeless, this, that, the other. But I'm going to show you how this person gets into her live and he begins to talk to her a certain way. And I want you to see how easily then she because she's a young woman, how she begins to become submissive to him. I wanted to show it to you.
For $1.
What up, gang?
What's up?
Hit me up, man. Every time that I ever hit you up, I said every time that I ever hit you up while you was on live,
You not understand? I get hundreds of DMs a day.
I got you on. You wanna know why? Because you went on live and somebody there and said homeless, shaking my head. Bro, I'm gonna hop in your live and try to find out why the fuck you homeless. You feel me? Anybody gonna wanna hop in your live and find out why you homeless. Everybody wanna hit your DM. But if you never stop to take that time out to find out why you even talk to all the people in the first place, why do you think all the people hit your damn DM? That's all the people that actually gave a fuck about what you said. You never
not
stopped
all of
to
them.
realize whether they cared or not because of what you had going on. It's not
Not all of them. Not all of
All
them.
right, hear me out. Well, guess what? I'm one of them. You still telling me about everybody
Bro,
else.
I'm tired. I just want to
I
hotel
got
room,
you.
bro.
No, hear me out. I do tattoos all day, and I've been talking to you since 4 o'clock, and I'm still woke now. You think I'm not tired just because I'm sitting in the house? It don't matter whether I'm homeless or not. I'm still gonna be fucking tired, right? You
Okay. I just want a hotel room, bro.
I got you. Now hear me out. You said you wanted some money, but I can't just fail out just fucking give it to you because I had to work for it. You're homeless right now because you're not working for it. It's okay. I can help you work for it.
Excuse me, you don't know what I do.
You
So
absolutely
don't
right.
get on here and try to tell me
I'm
nothing,
not
bro.
telling you. All right,
You
you're
are
right.
telling me.
All right,
You don't know
all
what
right,
I do off
you're
the
right.
social media
You're right.
shit. You
You're right.
don't. You
You're right.
don't.
You're right.
You don't.
You're right. So now I can tell you this. Only thing you want from me is a couple dollars, right?
Yeah, I don't know you.
Okay, cool. Well, since I don't know you, I apologize that I can't just give you that couple dollars in your hand, but I can
So
send
what
it to
the you want me to do for it?
Nothing, bro, besides just talk to a nigga. Ain't you talking to me right now? I can just send you the money and just get the fuck off your live and make you feel better. I don't give a fuck about feeling better because at the end of the day, I already felt better before I got on your live, right? Do you see why all them people will hit your DM and still try to help you, but you not text them back, and then you see why you don't have help. I'm still right here trying to talk to you, but you never checked your DM. Look at your DM whenever you get a chance, and you would know the only reason I can't send you the money on Cash App is because I got it on Apple Pay. But you would have never known that if I didn't tell you that right now, if you didn't take your time out to talk to me, right? So maybe you should go check your DM, and I guarantee you somebody will be able to send you maybe $9 or $90 or $900 on your Cash App, because they've been following your damn account this entire time, and they fuck with you enough that there's still 6 people right sitting in your life, but nobody even said anything besides me. The only reason I'm saying something because I actually helped myself.
Send me something.
I just want to like make it plain about even how he's talking. I don't know. To me, it's I don't know. If a person is going through something, the way that he's talking to her seems to be like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying?
But
Why
it seems
should-
like he's trying to have a conversation with her. You know, it didn't sound like he was trying to do any kind of advancements to her. It's like, even if I reached out to her, I mean, the average person will come on if they will, and they'll send her money and so forth. It seems like he's simply trying to have a conversation, even if just to know where she's at here.
Well, I would say this: when women are in a vulnerable situation, right? You can't expect them to behave like most people would. You know what I'm saying? So, just to me, I was talking about how now this person, you don't know who this person is. He's not even showing his face, right? But he's telling her about, you know, hey, I'm talking to you behind the scenes, and this is the other. No one knows who this person is. This is the type of thing I'm talking about. Is that we have our young kids that are on the social media. They run into a hard time, and then they start putting it out on social media. I'm mad at my mom. I'm mad at this. I'm mad at that. And next thing you know, now you're opening yourself up to predators. This guy might not be one, but the thing is that, like I said, in the first 30 minutes of a person being homeless, 1 hour based on the statistics, they are approached twice for trafficking. So what I'm saying, especially if they're like putting stuff online and this, that, the other. Go ahead. Let's talk about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me respond to that. Just from what from what I was hearing from her, I don't know if he trying to seem like he was trying to educate her a little bit, like, you know, you don't know me. That's what I took from it. He's trying to like want her, like, to me, but then he could be tricking her too. But from where he was talking,
is you never know. You never know what this guy could be on. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't give him a chance.
Opening herself.
What up, y'all?
Hey,
Can I finish my statement though? Can I finish my statement, please? And then I mean, I get your viewpoint, but let me just tell you how I looked at it. He's like, you know, you don't know me. You ask for money. I can't bring it to your person, but I can send you money. Maybe he was one of the ones, like you said, that really was trying to help. But you also show that she could be vulnerable to somebody who's very manipulative and to try to, you know, reel her in. So me and you are not on a different page. We're on the same page, but there's two sides to every coin. Right. So that's what I'm saying to you, DJ. You know, now we got 2 other people that joined them. Let's let Keon was here first, and then we got DJ.
Yo, what up, Keon? What up, bro?
Go ahead, Keon. You got anything to build off what you've been watching, sir?
I ain't even seen everything yet, but go ahead, DJ. Yeah, because I ain't even seen the video. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I do think.
Okay, well, basically what we're talking about is the children.
So that everybody watching, I actually talked to Anissa, and
Go ahead,
I don't think the brother that was talking to her had any I didn't think he did anything wrong, because sometimes she might message me and just message me her Cash App and then say my money. Like, the fuck you mean my money? It's my money. I earned the bread. It could be yours if I give it to you. So sometimes she do come off a little snobby. I get it, you need help and stuff, but I get it, she's a young lady. She might, and she's a little naive. She don't understand how the world works. So sometimes she come across as a kid, you know what I'm saying, as entitled sometimes. I mean, it's unfortunate she going through some shit, but if somebody about to send you some bread and they want to have a conversation to see why they need, you know what I'm saying, it's their bread. It's not, money ain't easy to come by these days like that, you know what I mean?
And he sounded like he said it, you know, I'm talking to you behind the door. So if he felt like he was talking to her behind the doors or behind the scenes, he wasn't saying nothing to me that would allude that he was trying to lure her into something or something that she shouldn't be into. It seems like he was genuinely saying, listen, let me talk to you and see where you at right now. I know you need financial help, but let's see what else type of help you need. And if you start reading your messages and not just asking for money, but reading the messages and see what people have to say, what they have to offer. They may have a home to offer you. They may have money. They may have food. And it's like, to me, it seems like she may only want just the money, and I don't want to compensate. Just give me what I'm asking you for, and I'm done with it. It seems like it was kind of came off that way. I don't know her, but
and you know what, Queen? The money is a band-aid.
That's
Because
it.
next week you're gonna need more money. Most bills, most expenses is revolving door. They come back monthly, weekly. It says a temporary fix. Maybe she, like we was on my channel with DJ Genesis. People was up there trying to find shelters, trying to find different resources for, you know what I'm saying, that'll be a more permanent fix. I'm telling you, she's young and misguided. She need a family. Like she really do need a family.
you gave some words there that mean a whole lot. You said people was on there even trying to find her shelter, but guess what? Sometimes when people not just in denial, but they actually have different motives, they don't want your extended help. They want just what they want, your damn money. And they want to use you like that. I just want your money. Not to say that's her case, but it just kind of came off. And I'm looking at it on the outside. I don't know her. I don't know the case. But from what I see and heard just now, it seemed like for me, I would be more so watching, okay, well, what do you really want other than money?
Right.
For help. It's more than just money. We need to get you situated. Or what, you just want money every day for a hotel? You don't want to find somewhere that can get you a home, somebody that can help, somebody can get you more stable. It sounded like he was trying to offer that, but I don't know. It seems
But
like
but I do admit that you never know, because a lot of, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of human trafficking, a lot of niggas trying to pimp, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's let Brother Keon. Basically, Keon, what we're talking about is organ harvesting. Our children coming up, our family members, not just our children, black men, black women coming up missing. If you go look on your timeline and you subscribe to one of those groups, you'll see missing, and it's like, wow, so many are missing in one day. Sister Genesis put up a statistic, over 500,000. Close to 600 million came up missing, all of us combined, I guess, in 2023. And we just think that it's very important that we address this, because, you know, it's a lot of things that's going on that, right there on the screen, that we need to be talking about instead of some 2,000-year-old bones with somebody bleeding spiritually. I mean, why you can't just believe in what you believe in spiritually, but let's address and tackle the real issues at hand. That's what we're doing. And this black man, you over in the Lions Den chat, you know, man, come on, bro. Nobody's regurgitating nothing you said. I mean, it sounds like you carrying a jealous spirit or something. You're bringing the wrong energy to this round table, bro.
Oh shit.
I want people, if I'm saying something good, I want somebody to regurgitate. Nobody's trying to be like you. You can't even get on the line to even teach. I'm the one holding the phone up to the computer, bro. So, come on, man. Stop doing that, man. That's some kind of illness.
And so here's the thing. Now, when I talk about the thing about Anissa, it's not necessarily about that this guy in particular. It was more or less like that, how he was talking to her, how she immediately like became like submissive about it, you know? And you can't be like that if you out in the streets. You cannot submit to nothing because you don't know who is talking to you.
I didn't know if she was. You said you think she was submitting, Genesis?
At some point,
hold on, it's an order. Hold on, listen. I just opened the floor for Keon. I kind of recapped them, and then y'all just kind of skipped over them.
Oh, my bad. I just think we having an organic. I just thought we having my fault. I just thought we having an organic conversation.
Right,
you know
I go through a lot of.
We are. I just when you started talking about the people in the chat, I had to like
sister, please. I go through this. We gotta have a little bit. Come on. I go through this a lot of other platforms, so I know. And I know you may didn't do it on purpose. Neither one of y'all. But can the man answer the question or kind of get into it?
Yeah.
Hey, Karima, can you pause it real quick?
So y'all can
Karima, can you pause it real quick?
I think that's also kind of a strange topic, but at the same time, I have heard it's happened. I don't think it's a large scale, but I have heard that maybe it's happening. I mean, you can be an organ donor, so they usually donate, the organs so they can do whatever with them. What they do, I don't know, but uh, the Anissa thing, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably a little too tipsy to even be talking about. I really don't give a damn about that girl's problems. I don't know why anybody really care about that girl's problems. That girl is just Dr. Umar's daughter, and she's walking around here talking about how she needs money and all this other goofy stuff because Dr. Umar won't take care of her. Nobody cares. Go deal with your family, deal with your problems, and then get back into the mix. I don't think that should be a problem. Like, her problem is she has a problem with her family. Like, come on now. Like, ain't nobody, like, it's not she done lost her arm, got into a car accident. My mama just got in a car accident, so I ain't really feeling nobody else's problems right now. I could care less about you having a problem. You can't talk to your mama because she don't respect you as a man. Fuck it, man. You better go call your mama. Call your daddy.
Kareem, can you stop it real quick, please?
So you can get back on track, and we ain't got to go through this stuff. And shit, that's.
Yeah, so what y'all about to see? I don't know, y'all kind of behind, but see, like Keon, that energy that you bringing over here, that is not needed. What you mean you don't give a fuck? You don't care? And we sit up here talking about a whole thing about us caring about what happened to our people in the community. So you come on here with this goddamn attitude, man. It's just nasty. It's like you ain't really mean with it, but it's sarcastically rude and disrespectful. We get it. You're a Christian. But as y'all get ready to see, I'm trying to get the conversation back on track because we're talking about organ harvesting. And for some reason, DJ Genesis cannot stay on the fucking topic. This is what happened when you try to collaborate with other people. So let's continue to watch. So as Kareem put the video back up, just give her. She's trying to regulate what I say and all this shit. No, I'm not with that. Give a damn what Sarnetta and the rest of them think. Oh man, now we can't hear it. We can't hear it now. Don't. This is Kramer. We might well just let me just read my article because we can't hear the audio. Let me read my article. Sister Kareem, nobody can hear it. Yeah, like I say, man, they didn't mess the show up over there. So, y'all don't get to see the part where they just messed the show up. If somebody doing a presentation of the show, I don't mind if you interject it, but you're not going to change the paradigm or the dynamic of the goddamn show. Then you got this dude up there. Who is this guy? Who is he? Oh, I invited him. Well, you need to check this nigga. So if y'all want to see what happened over there, you probably got to go back over there. But I learned my lesson. You cannot work with everybody. Man. So, I mean, let's just go ahead and end it. I'm sorry, but they came in, they brought some nigga from over there in goddamn Ethiopia, some fucking where. Nigga, you ain't even over here. You invite that nigga, hey, DJ Genesis, you invite that nigga when it's time for him to do the goddamn show. You want him to teach it? So I let him teach it. Then you want to try to monitor me, and if I'm making a point, you coming in like you trying to direct us away from saying shit. No, I don't need to be censored. No, the fuck, nowhere. This shit's serious what we talking about. And if motherfuckers in the way, they just goddamn collateral damage. So I would no longer be going over there to do anything. It's right here in JJ7K TV, and that's it. That's it. So, Chris, let's just get up out of here. Y'all heard the message, but you know, if you want to see what happened at the end, go over there and watch the end. You know, then I'm trying to say, let me read my article. They wouldn't let me read my article. So what? You had this nigga teach. I don't need nowhere where there's rules and regulations of what the fuck I can and cannot say. And you trying to change, you're doing it again. But what about the brown people? Right now, like I told you, we have empathy, we have compassion for other people, but right now, we're not talking about them. How many times I gotta tell you that, DJ Genesis, and you keep doing it? Creamer, let's get up out of here with a song. They didn't mess the whole fucking vibe up of the show. Then you kept saying, I ain't bringing this out, I ain't bringing it. This wasn't your idea. Why do people do that? It's fucking crazy, man.
I'll praise you, Most High. Yeah, that sound good, y'all. Hello. What we doing?
Hey, cook that up, Khalid.
We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. They said you got the call, they trying to blackball you. Play what they own, bro. You can't blackball a boss. The whole world, they hate Israel. The way you hate your neighbor, might as well pull the trigger on yourself. You know we get excited by the smoke. Every day we casting flesh. Say my treasure stored in heaven, we gon' blow the rest. They disrespecting and we check the bank that causing kept it still. They asking others about my business, but I ain't got no instant miss. See, I still deal with ox direct. Cause your person don't mean you respect. Your outlet don't get no credit if the ox ain't in it. Money answer all things and you got all these questions. Playing Vic. Look, I employ slavery. If you broke, just say it. Yeah, them crews in the hood, Jews in the hood. I caught them clues, now I'm good. I broke it down, he understood my all to you. Filtered through, you found a few, I'm good. We what we sold, this here exclusive. They like, hey, folk, look what you doing. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they field. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. This here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still. Most I told me, be still, give a room to work. Know my movie work. Your faith ain't good, don't put the work in. In the spirit flexing, that my day job. Get in the mode out my own, I don't know what they are. Before I got the blueprint, and I'm too legit to quit. Let it spark in the dark. be a light, got it lit. Tryna map my movement, got my haters pondering. The odds set the questionnaire, they wanna know if you still lit. It hit different, you authentic, a lot of odds pretending. We do it for the Lord, got my own motion, who are you to judge? The most high first, none above. Take in the spirit, we locked in, they'll come against your plot. You know Judas said, yeah, we spit them scripts, they barely now. Came on spaceships, then you not black. You know they tell you everything. Isaiah 30:20, yeah, we bad. You see what happened when they tried to rail the train up off the track. False witness, hypocrite. We throw shots back, now they feel heat. Must go get it. We still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, we still getting to the money, got these haters in they feel. Lil' homie, let them chill. Most I told me, vengeance hit my enemies, my footstools. We ain't got no beef for real. Just here, this how we live. Look here, homie, be still.
Yeah! Lions is in the building. Shout out to the real OG Lion, Neil Love, Sister Karima, Black TV, Boston Cloud. Yeah!
Get out your motherfucking feelings.